Damn.
Yeah. We got JVS in the house. We got Jor-Els Alexandria in the house. What's up,
Yeah.
Jor-Els?
Yeah.
You want
Oh
to
wait.
kind of self-promote, you know?
Yeah. One sec. I just noticed something. At least from my side, it doesn't look like perspectives. Or is it doing it on your side?
It just slowed down and then it just sped back up, so now it's good.
Okay. No, I was just wondering because I did a review with this guy at the Needle Drop one time, and when the live stream ended, it was just 90% just him, and there's only a couple
Oh,
times with
really?
it. Yeah, yeah. So I just wanted to double check, but self promote.
Yeah, I'm on yeah, go ahead. Let's see.
But yeah. Uh, this. Yeah, I'm from Jor-Els Alexandria is my YouTube channel name. YouTuber, reactor, movie reviewer, sometimes K-pop, album reviews, mostly a lot of things related to movies. And I promote my own art through my channel. And I got to defeat Tyrone Magnus. He's one of my favorite reviewers. Dude's got like fucking 2,000 videos or something. I need to speed past that guy. That dude's a beast.
Wow.
For you guys who know who I'm talking about,
2000.
Tyrone Magnus, that dude's incredible. Dude's a beast. I got to catch up with that guy. So that's all I got on that.
Shoot, man.
That dude uploads like 6 videos a day. But anyway.
See, I can do that like on the weekend or like afternoon when I don't have a lot of other catching up editing to do. But most of the time, my 2010 MacBook can't handle that. It's like, it'd be like, oh, yeah, you're going to do this to me? Nah, Ninja, you'd be lucky to get one video edited today.
Bro, I sweat just doing 2 videos a day. Never mind, like, oh, let me go ahead and just release 10 or something.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
Do you know who I'm talking about? The YouTuber?
I've heard of him. I haven't looked at one of his videos, though.
Hold on. I'll post a link to his channel. That dude be going hard. I'll be studying that dude's upload methods. I'll be like, okay, let me do this. That dude's a beast.
You should invite him to the whatchamacallit sometime.
Oh my god! If we had him on a live stream, I think he's at what? He's probably at like 200,000 some subscribers. That would be incredible. That dude's a beast. But if you guys didn't already know, we're going to be discussing the aftermath of Comic-Con, which exploded the hearts of millions of fans worldwide. With joy, I should say.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, my whole thought going into it, we had already kind of had like a discussion that went on some of everything. Like we went all over the place, just sitting there listing out all the different things. But I feel as though the Warner Brothers panel did their thing, the 20th Century Fox did their thing, and even a lot of the other unknowns. Like I felt like everybody brought it. I felt like this was probably one of the better Comic-Cons that San Diego has ever brought for us. But it's on the fence because there's a lot of other people that were upset because Star Wars wasn't present necessarily, and they didn't show any real footage, and because Marvel didn't come out with like a Doctor Strange or even any Civil War footage or anything related to the Infinity Wars. And some people really thought that San Diego Comic-Con sucked this year because not necessarily they were shippers of it, but they have a real love for those two franchises, and they weren't parent there. Do you feel like that deflated from San Diego Comic-Con, or you felt like they still did a great job regardless of those two big powers not being there?
You're talking about Marvel and...
Like Marvel and Lucasfilms or Star Wars?
Well, Lucasfilm was there. Well, I mean, they didn't have a trailer.
Exactly.
What everyone wanted. And there's this guy I really admire, John Campea on Collider Movie Talk.
Oh, man, I love him. AMC Movie Talk and Collider, like, those dudes are amazing.
Fucking
we should promote. We should promote on this video. Look, get Jor-Els and JVS on Collider. We will take over.
We will take over, bro. They don't even know. But John Campbell was saying that he was disappointed with what we got, which was the behind the scenes footage of Force Awakens. So I guess we're gonna talk about Lucasfilm, but I thought I almost shed a tear during that behind the scenes footage. I thought that shit was on point. I mean, yes, it's not a new trailer, but for God's sakes, we got what, 5 months till the film comes out. It's J.J. Abrams, one of the most cryptic, secretive movie directors I even know of in general. So you should have known that the secrecy was going to be real high. And also, like, how much do you really want to know?
Exactly, because the trailer, to me and most other people, we consider the second trailer one of the best movie trailers ever done because they don't reveal a daggone thing, but they leave you anticipating so much. You don't even have to see the characters. You see outlines of characters that you know, characters that you're anticipating, but you have no idea who these people are, what's going on. You can only precipitate it in your head, just like you're reading a book or you're reading a synopsis of a book, essentially. That's the trailer. And that's what trailers are supposed to be. They're not supposed to give you plot points or specific scenes. And that's why every trailer out right now, that's what they're doing. And that's why I stopped looking at a lot of trailers. I kind of sometimes hate doing reaction trailers because I'm like, crap, now I know half of the whole entire movie. And unless it's a great director that has something special in store to mess my mind up, it's going to be generally, I've already plotted it out what it's going to be in my head already. And so because of that, like, I think that they did a great thing in not revealing any more footage. And they don't need to. They don't have to put a daggone thing up, in my opinion. I think they can leave it.
Yeah, I would. I agree. Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailers. I mean, there's many examples, but I'm really. This is like an age-old battle we're talking about, but I'm really against the whole idea of a really explicit trailer for a movie. Personally,
Yeah.
I think that you should show as little as possible, but make people go completely insane. That should be the objective with every movie trailer.
Yep.
Give them a slight gist of what the movie may be about. Just blow their brains out, but really don't give them anything. You know? Because honestly, that's what the 2 Star Wars trailers have done. Like, they gave us. I have no idea what the movie's about. I don't know who's bad specifically or good. Well, that's a slight lie. I know that the tall chick in the chrome suit is bad, but still.
Wait, she's a chick? Holy crap!
Dude, not only is she a chick, she is Brienne of Tar. All right, and she's a chick from Game of Thrones, Gwendolyn. I can't remember her last name. But,
oh my gosh! Wow! Oh my gosh!
You know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
I think she's in the next Hunger Games too. But yeah, she's actually the Chrome Stormtrooper. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Oh, what's up, Pew? We got some love coming on in the chats. Pew, yeah, man, we're going through like a recap of San Diego Comic-Con, man. Shout out to you, bro. Thanks a lot for actively helping out the people with the Xbox preview program. Like, you're a trooper, man. Thank you. But yeah, dude, I didn't know that, man. Like, real talk, I had no idea.
Yeah. So, do you think it was a good idea? Well, I guess you thought it was a good idea that they didn't bring a trailer.
Yeah, I think that they didn't have to. I think that this is going to be the biggest movie this year, and they don't even have to promote it. Just them having those 2 trailers alone, people have in their brain stuck that, okay, December, Star Wars after Episode 6, 7.
Yeah.
And that's all they need, because you have the old generation that loves the franchise, and then you got the new generation that kind of grew up on the prequels. Hate them or love them, they came out, you know. And so because of that, I think that a lot of people are wanting to see them redeem themselves. And so I guess we'll see, man. Use app. Well, open the app.
Shit, I'd say don't release no trailer.
You know it ain't gonna happen. They're gonna come out with so many freaking TV spots. Hate. They're gonna come out with so many like. This is the final official trailer. But I don't know. We'll see. Nah, man.
I thought the behind-the-scenes footage was perfect, though. Honestly, I know John Campea didn't care for it, which I think is interesting, but I thought it was incredible.
Yeah.
Because it showed me like, yo, we're not just getting a Star Wars film. We might be getting a great Star Wars film.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing right there. Also, I think it would have been nice if they showed something from Rogue One. Obviously not footage, but
maybe concept art.
Yeah, because last time I think they had some concept art, and they had like a 30-second teaser that was like full CGI. Probably won't even see it in the movie, but still.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways. They could even have went into like Battlefront or like the other like directors that are going to be working on the new movies, because J.J. Abrams, if I'm not correct, he's not doing 8 or 9. It's going to be 2 different other directors, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't remember the director they picked though.
I was about to say they're like, those directors are already handpicked. I think that's some forward thinking right there.
Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna stick. They need to at least keep J.J. Abrams for a consultant executive or I think co-director, because I mean, regardless if he maps it out and starts it big, I don't know. I'm worried about that.
It's not what I would do. Like, to me, I feel like it's gonna be a home run. Like, I feel like J.J. Abrams he's just gonna crush it. But for these other directors, like one of the directors is Rian Johnson. Hey, I like the guy. Brick is one of my favorite movies. Looper, that's one of my favorite movies. But
I actually like that too.
It's like, the guy who made 500 Days of Summer, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Then this fool destroys, in my opinion, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. So it's like...
Well, let's see. I'm not going to go into debate about this because this is not the place for it.
Right.
Sony effed him. They effed him. Like, Amazing Spider-Man 2, his whole concept of how he wanted to do this movie, they cut so much out of that movie, and they cut the whole concept of how Peter Parker's parents are actually working with S.H.I.E.L.D. as spies and all this kind of stuff, their backstory. They wanted to go into like how the development of the Ultimate series is actually supposed to be done. That's how Mark Webb envisioned it. But they screwed him. And they cut a lot of the movie out. Even the Mary Jane sequences. Even the first one. If you look at the first one, you remember when they had like the lizard like actively in it? There were scenes in the sewers that they cut out because they wanted to give more face time to working with the Gwen Stacy angle, and they wanted to go ahead and speed her off to die so they could go ahead and bring up Mary Jane in the next movie. They screwed him. And I feel like the vision that he had for it, it would have been perfect, because I went through all those behind the scenes. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan at heart, but I feel like they screwed him. Now, I feel like...
Anyone hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you, man. What's up, buddy?
Nothing.
Hey, welcome, man. Welcome.
I was sick last time when I talked.
Oh, that's all right, man.
Oh, this is
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
But my real name is Brandon.
Oh, okay. I was supposed to say Chupacabra, but
I was gonna say Ted too.
All right, we got one other person.
Yeah, man. Let's see, but I don't know, man. Like, I feel like Mark Webb is a great director, but
but bro, what he did with 500 Days of Summer was extraordinary, and when he has a Spider-Man, it's hard to say what might have happened, maybe I don't know what happened, but
Amazing Spider-Man 2 sucked.
Yeah, it did suck, but I don't think it was on him. I feel like the same exact thing happened with what is his name? Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi was a great director up until the Spider-Man 3. And when he went to Spider-Man 3, he did not like Venom. He did not want to bring in Venom. He wanted to centralize the story on Sandman, and he wanted to bring up Vulture. And you know what happened? Everybody was like, we want to have Venom show up at the San Diego Comic-Con, and that was one of the biggest cons that they had at the time, because they showed a live footage of the ooze dripping down, and then they showing Venom jump out, and he didn't even want any of that. He wanted to wait and draw out a Carnage and Venom symbiotic story arc for the fourth one. But what is his name? A.V.R. Rid and some other person. They were the concept has to be centered on Venom first, and then we go this way. They distorted his whole vision for it. And so then when he tried to redeem himself for a fourth one, he said, I'm not just going to rush into this one. I need to take my time. Sony said, you have 6 months. He said he couldn't do it. So he had to drop out. And then Tobey Maguire was like, I'm not going to do this if Sam Raimi's not going to do it. And then Kirsten Dunst, her stupid tail, she left anyway. And so after that point, that's when they brought in Mark Webb about a year and a half later. They've rushed. They've been rushing how they want to do Spider-Man because he is their everything. He is their breadwinner. And so because of that, they have lost 2 great directors and soiled their names, in my opinion. But I get passionate about that. I ain't going to go there. This is for a different discussion. We should be talking about Comic-Con. Where was Spider-Man? Where was Marvel up in this beach? Where were them ninjas?
Man, I almost went to a direct spoiler about the ending credits of Ant-Man, because there was something I was hoping to see, because people was hyping up the ending credits of Ant-Man, and I thought they were just I thought they were okay. They didn't really they didn't make me go crazy or anything, but let's not go there. I want to get into spoiler territory. I feel like, are we all on headphones? I feel like there's a delay effect on my voice.
I'm on headphones.
Yeah, I'm on headphones too.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Hello?
Maybe.
Hello?
Really? You like pie? Really, Ted? Really?
He likes pie, man.
You know, The Rock used to say that poutine. No, I ain't but anyway, moving on. What were you talking about, Marvel again?
Shit,
I've seen Ant-Man.
Ant-Man!
I got ants in my apartment because of Ant-Man. I blame him.
Right.
They were all on the poster.
I'm watching it on computer.
Man, don't be telling me that, man.
Yeah,
YouTube, he didn't mean that.
No.
He didn't mean that, YouTube.
Yeah. He didn't mean that. Don't be saying that. One of my good friends does it all the time. He'll be like, yo, I'm watching Jurassic World. I'll be like, oh, shit, did you see it in 3D or what? He'll be like, I got a pirated cam of it. I'm like what? Anyway, throwing that out the window. So what, Lucasfilm, I think that's all we've gotten into so far.
Yeah, well, you kind of segued into something you were going to talk about Marvel. And I mean, I was thinking about the fact that Marvel's presence was absent, other than technically with Fantastic Four and with the X-Men Apocalypse, but that's still Fox, 20th Century Fox. Bro.
Yo, the Fantastic Four panel might have been the weakest panel there, maybe.
Obviously.
That was, I was blown away by how minuscule that was. I feel like there were TV shows that were more exciting than that panel. That's pretty bad.
I like the Fear of the Walking Dead.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I haven't seen the trailer yet because I was trying to wait to do a reaction. How were the Walking Dead and the Fantastic Four? Because I didn't see the Fantastic Four panel. I only looked at the Apocalypse. So how was both of those?
The Walking Dead panel was good. I thought the trailer was great, and I thought the panel was really good. I'm pretty hyped for it, actually. But
Does Fear the Walking Dead look like crap, or you think it's gonna be pretty good?
It doesn't look bad at all. It's just, it just seems so unnecessary to me. Like, I always make this comparison, but it's equivalent to, like, if Breaking Bad was on right now, or if it was about to come back on in a couple months, and in a few days, Better Call Saul series is about to start. It's just like, but why? All we really care about is Breaking Bad, you know? Like, just kind of seems like they're trying to milk it a bit. I mean, it could be good, though. I mean, it could be great, but, like, what? Is it going to be better than The Walking Dead? Like, think about how weird that would be, you know? The
I don't
prequel's
know,
better
man.
than...
There is a show that I look at. I'll admit to it. I look at a show called The Vampire Diaries. Vampire Diaries. They came out. I was like, I ain't for that joint at all. You know, like, but then I kind of looked at some episodes and I was like, man, there's some serious stuff that actually goes on. This is not like Twilight. This is not like True Blood. This actually has good character development. But by around like the fourth season, it started getting really campy and I didn't like it. And then they came out with this series called The Originals, like the original vampires that just don't give a daggone. And this show, even though it's technically a spinoff, is better. Even like The Flash, a lot of people say is a lot better than Arrow. And I mean, I have to agree, like some spinoffs can be a lot better. But I don't feel like that's necessarily in the world of The Walking Dead. I think they have enough people that they can go anywhere they want to with it. Just kill people.
Yeah, they can, but like, you know, like say with the Flash and Arrow, like at least with that, like they're still totally different properties, you know? Like they're like totally different. As different as like Batman and Superman, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Somebody, why you hang up on me today?
What the hell? Whoa. Whoa.
That's all I gotta say about that. Whoa.
Ted, you can't be doing that, man.
Right, that threw off my whole train of thought. But whoa. The Fear the Walking Dead does not look bad at all, but it just seems like filler.
Uh-huh.
That's my only thing. It feels like filler, for sure.
Do you think it will stand on its own? Based on looking at the trailer, do you feel like it's a series that it's going to stand on its own, or because the fans are looking at Walking Dead, they're just going to be instantly drawn to looking at more?
No.
I think... Wow. I think that people are going to pour in, for sure, because they're curious. Like that first episode, they're going to get some huge ratings. But it depends, man. I mean, it's going to have to bring it. I would say that it needs to be at least equivalent to Walking Dead, at least.
Yeah.
Or else people are going to just drop off.
Yeah.
You know?
I hated like the first season of Walking Dead.
You didn't like the first season?
No, I dropped out like the first 5 episodes.
I think it was only 5 episodes.
Right. I was about to say, wasn't there only like fucking like 8 episodes or something? It was pretty short.
because it ended like with like Rick like in the group like just trying to get out of the whatchamacallit.
Mm-hmm.
It was really short.
I love Walking Dead. Shit.
Yeah, man. Shoot. Back when I was in college, man, like this how long this joint been on. Like we would have Walking Dead night. We're like, look, nobody do nothing or schedule anything. We're going to my house tonight. Bring your popcorn, bring your kids, bring your Skittles. It's Walking Dead time. Everybody shut up as soon as the episode came up. And then we had talk afterwards. That's why I didn't look at the talk of Walking Dead, because I was already having that banter with other people, and I love that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm a huge fan, man.
Yeah, man, that's like the best fall show ever made, in my opinion.
Yep.
Shit. Every time it's fall, I'm like, oh man, it's the time, because Game of Thrones ain't on. Mad Men's gone. Breaking Bad's gone. Usually when The Walking Dead's on, there's usually nothing equivalent on. So.
Hey, I have a voice changer that I use.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, all right.
Somebody, why you hang up on me today?
Anyway, moving on.
Oh, yeah. Move on.
DJ, spin that.
All right, so Fear the Walking Dead. What was the other one that you mentioned?
Oh, I didn't see the Fantastic Four panel. I only saw the trailer. So, like, how was the panel? Like, as far as like, did people look excited? Did people look excited as far as like their perspective on what this is gonna be? I didn't look at it. All I saw was just the trailer.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
bro. What's up,
What's
CJ?
going on?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, man? I felt like a lot of people, to me at least, and like me, were underwhelmed by the Fantastic Four panel and the trailer. Personally, I felt like. CJ, what did you think of that Fantastic Four trailer, the last one?
I actually did. I liked it enough. I mean, I'm still, on the fence about the movie, but I'll probably see it versus, I don't know. I would say this, the movie over time with the different trailers they put out, they kind of put my, worries at ease a bit. So, I mean, the trailer did a good job of showcasing what it is. It looks like it's a very hard science fiction type movie. So,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't even swear to God, and I felt bad too because we didn't cover it. Do I come out clear?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, I just want to be sure. New mic. Yeah, I didn't know they even had a Fantastic Four trailer at Comic-Con, and I felt bad too because when we did our review show a week ago, earlier this week, might say Monday. I think it was either Monday or Tuesday we did it. We didn't even mention it, and I assumed that I didn't even know they had a presence of Fantastic Four at the convention, and then I saw they had a panel there, and I was like, oh, the panel was there, but no Michael B. Jordan. So, I mean, I think the movie's going to do all right. I mean, it can either do good or it's going to do bad, or it might surprise people. Who knows? I mean, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm still kind of like, I'm on board with the movie, but still hesitation.
Yeah, I've heard like a lot of people didn't necessarily feel hyped or pressed for the panel at all, and even like you saying that, Jor-Els, I kind of heard that same thing in your voice. But as far as the trailer is concerned, because I love Tank as like the director of Chronicle and how I saw Chronicle like pushed out, I was thinking that if he does this right and he has the full kind of creative range with it, he could make this a major science fiction good superhero film.
Yeah.
And when I saw this new trailer, I was like, when I started seeing like them really struggling and strapped down with their powers, I was like, this looks actually legit. And I don't know what the presence of Doom is going to be or how it's going to be, other than him kind of being the friend that was there. And him, I think it's the same guy that played Koba and Donna of Planet of the Apes. It is, because he was in Rock and Rolla. Yeah, he's a good actor. But him being Dr. Doom, I feel like they're going to do it a whole different way. And they've yet to show me in the trailers how that's going to be. And because they're not showing me a lot, that leads me to believe that it might be something special or it could be something pretty bad. But I'm kind of on the fence, but I think it's going to be pretty good, honestly. Looking at the new trailer versus the last one, like I've gotten more excited for what this could be. But at the same time, Fox has let me down before.
Yeah. Like the trailers for Ant-Man, I was like, well, let's just say specifically like the visual effects. I was like, I don't know about all this. But when I saw Ant-Man, it's the most visually stunning Marvel film to date, in my opinion. I was like, whoa.
Those trailers did a disservice to the movie, man.
Yeah. And maybe the trailer for Fantastic Four, from a visual effects standpoint, just isn't doing it justice, because I felt like the visual effects were like unpolished, or there was a discrepancy there for sure. But
didn't they cancel the 3D version of that for some reason?
3D version of what?
For Fantastic Four.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I think that they canceled the 3D version for Fantastic Four in major theaters. I don't know why, but I mean, when somebody does something like that, I was like, man, do y'all not trust y'all's product? Like, I don't know. Let me reread that. Fantastic Four.
I mean, it makes sense. They're not like. Okay. It makes sense. It makes sense because they're not like. 3D is starting to become a thing where if it's either useful for your movie,
Yeah.
or it's not useful. And to me, I think if they add 3D to it, it wasn't going to really add much to it in the grand scheme of things.
No.
Yeah.
Overall, I think that oh man, I think it looks like a really good film, but not necessarily a really good Fantastic Four film. Like it seems like a really cool, like what if Cronenberg made a PG-13 superhero movie? it seems kind of strange for a Fantastic Four movie, but I'm hoping because I really do love Fantastic Four. I think they're great characters.
The director, Josh Tank, actually canceled the 3D. He said, and I quote, "I want the viewing experience of Fantastic Four to remain as pure as possible for the audience, which means in 2D, just as we shot the movie." And that's what Tank said in relation to why he canceled the 3D. Okay, so that's not that bad. If he wants to do that on his own, he should have full reigns to do that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
But so I guess go ahead. What you about to say?
I was about to say let's get into the Big Daddy.
I knew I was about to say. Apocalypse now.
Oh my God, I can't wait till we talk about X-Men. But what did you guys individually think about Batman vs Superman trailer? I guess I'll go first, but I thought the trailer was the best trailer at Comic-Con. It blew my mind. I'm a little bit. If someone put a gun to my head, I'd be like, okay, honestly, maybe they shouldn't have showed that much. Because if they showed this much on a first, well, I guess technically a second trailer, they showed this much on a second trailer, my God, I might have to avoid any future trailers. But other than that, I'm pretty sold. There's little quibbles like Jesse Eisenberg's hairpiece. Oh shit. Or Gal Gadot, she doesn't make this convoluted. But other than that, I'm sold, man. I'm there. Opening night. I'm there.
What did you think, Chris?
I think even if you didn't like the movie or you were on the fence, you're still gonna watch the movie anyway. So that's I mean, you'd be dumb not to go watch Batman vs Superman. So they want to, if people want to sit there and be snarky about it, those same people snarking about it's gonna watch it. I enjoyed it. I mean, no, it's the truth. I mean, everybody sat there and bitched and moaned about Age of Ultron, and yet they fucking watched the damn movie. So it's like, if you didn't like it, if you really shitting on the movie before seeing it, don't watch the movie. But whatever. The movie looks like it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, like I said, I like Batman. I like what they're doing. I theorized on our show that it won't be Doomsday that's gonna be in the movie. I think it's gonna be like Bizarro Superman that's gonna be the bad guy in the movie.
Oh wow, that'd be crazy.
Because given what we are given with the kryptonite and Zod's body and all that stuff, I can see them maybe pushing that angle of a Bizarro Superman. So we'll see how it rolls. I like visually with Wonder Woman and things of that nature. Angry Batman is always cool.
Yeah.
And just that final scene with Superman tearing off the hood of the roof of the Batmobile and stuff. So and that just both of them standing off and stuff. It was really good. And like I said, it was probably the hype trailer of the con, the anticipated one. And they have a short version of it. If you went to go see Ant-Man this weekend, they had the 2-minute and 30-second trailer in front of Ant-Man for IMAX. So.
Is there any added scenes, or is it the same amount of scenes, just shorter?
It's just it's a cut down version of the 3-minute Comic-Con one. That's all it is. So I mean, you still got the same, moments and such, going down. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, when I first saw the trailer, I sent you the trailer reaction. I was doing this full live blog, when the live blog was going on, talking the dialogue of what's coming up, because I couldn't really see it. I was recording myself reading this off, and I'm finally going to upload that after I do this. And it finally got to the end. They were like, all right, we're about to stop it, but they're going to run footage one more time. And then they said the trailer's releasing online. I was up there recording myself for an hour and a half. I was literally soaked in just waiting to see this. And so it finally came out, and I went online and I looked at this trailer. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, especially the opening shot
Yeah.
of seeing freaking Ben Affleck watching in anger to see his building and people getting destroyed. And I was like, this is the same sequence from Man of Steel. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they matched it up.
Them, like, destroying everything. And I was like, that's when Zod lost it and he couldn't control his laser beams, and then the whole building crumbled. And then to see Ben Affleck running into the rubble, I was like, that is Batman. That is Bruce Wayne. Like, that is something that he would do, because his whole conscience, like, thinking about in this grounded universe that it is, like, this feels like grounded in reality. For a man that is mortal to even think about squaring off against a man that is unstoppable and godlike, that's crazy. There's something wrong with his mind, you know? And, like, every scene that I saw Ben Affleck in for that trailer, he had this, man, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's capturing nuance of when I looked at the animated series, when Bruce Wayne was kind of talking with regular people, he was kind of like all coy and nonchalant, but when he was talking with Alfred and when he had his mask off, he had this seriousness about everything that was going on. It was almost like this inner anger that he couldn't stop, you know? And then when I looked at the trailer, and when he was holding that little girl, I was like, this brings into remembrance for him what happened in his childhood. But it's worse because this kid not only doesn't know where her parents are, most likely everybody around her are dead. And that probably brought him in this state of shock. And that's the reason why he's devoting himself to trying to stop something that is basically unstoppable. But the whole concept of how Ben Affleck was acting it and how he dressed, like his build, I thought it was just really perfect how they're handling Batman in this. And it doesn't feel like it's one-sided either, because I thought that they were going to kind of centralize this trailer on just Batman. But there are notions of how Superman is trying to deal with this as well, because for him to bow down to Lex Luthor in that trailer, I was like, he's got some dirt on this man. And it's not just kryptonite. He's blackmailing him with somebody that he's probably kidnapped. And I don't know what Superman is going to be doing, but I felt like it was like, remember in The Dark Knight Returns, like how the president kind of had like a little pull and push on Superman? I feel like they're kind of playing and merging that into this one. And that bows for some amazing story arcs. I don't know what they're going to do with this, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I don't know how deep you guys went into this, but well, first I just want to say, if I was Superman, in that moment I would have took my finger and just been like, and just broke every single bone in his one leg. You know what I mean? But like, I think people forget how strong Superman is. Like, he's like a literal god.
Yeah,
but,
I'll be right back real quick.
Okay.
But did you guys talk about the steampunk Batman in the fucking desert in broad daylight? Did y'all talk about that? When he was in the desert.
Oh no, we hadn't even brought that out, dude. I was freaking geeking.
I was like, listen, because people are like, Dark Knight Rises, he was in daylight, but he wasn't like that was like just before dawn, like a weird twilight thing. This is Batman, legitimately, the sun's out, he's like in the middle of a desert with like a scarf and this whole urban ghetto that looks cool as shit, like a trench coat or something. I'm just like, what? My theory is that he's fighting robots. Mm-hmm. That's just my theory. Because everybody's like, oh, he snapped the dude's neck. Batman's murdering people. Oh. I think maybe they're just robots or something. I don't know.
Because aren't those the same things that have the Superman patch on them?
Yeah.
I don't think that any right, sane person would go and bow to Superman. Even though they might think it, I don't think that they would consciously do it unless they were being blackmailed to do it, or like you said, they're robots. So that's probably a really good theory, that even when they saw that sequence of Superman kind of walking through and these things bound to him, he looked like he was kind of disgusted by it. So maybe this is something that Lex is designed to be like, okay, well, if you're going to walk in the mandate of the law, the courts or whoever have appointed me of watching over you, you just need to watch what you're doing, and these guys are going to be here to help you. And he's probably going to play them at odds against each other. If that's the case, if they're robots and they're attacking Batman, it's because Lex sent them. I don't think that those are just created on their own. I don't think it was Brainiac or anything. It's probably Lex that created the robots, if that's the case.
Yeah. Man, I need to know what's going on with that sequence. I need to buy that cosplay suit with the coat and just that looks so cool. And the goggles, like he had like little goggles. That was so cool, man. Wow.
That was dope.
I'm just scared of the movie being convoluted. That's my only thing.
Yeah.
Like when I saw the trailers to Amazing Spider-Man 2, I was like, yo, this might be a 9 over 10. This might be the best Spider-Man movie ever made. And what we got was, so hopefully, because I don't understand the need. I mean, a lot of people are like, well, it's called Dawn of Justice, but I just hope there's not too much Wonder Woman. I hope there's not like a 10-minute segment with Aquaman. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it Batman and Superman. And if you want to add other stuff, just sprinkle it in there. Don't just,
Yeah.
don't make it messy.
Yeah, I agree. The thing that we were talking about before when you had left, Jor-Els, is that they showed a lot of footage. But the reason I feel like they felt the need to is the movie's already been shot. The movie's already done. And they can't just release out the movie right now because they've already got a set date. So they probably wanted to put as much as they could into the movie. But I still feel like that there's a lot that they're holding back. I don't feel like, even like the presence of Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, I feel like that there is a lot that he is hiding. On his persona. Like, I felt like every scene that he was in and the way he was talking, I was like, he's trying to paint this picture like he's this amoral person, but just as a douchebag. I don't think that J.C. Eisenberg is just going to be just an Iber. I think at some point you're going to see his fangs actually come out in a certain degree. Or he might get a mechanized suit. I don't really know. But I feel like there's a lot that they're leaving out from what we've been seeing from these trailers. And we don't know if some of this stuff is dream sequence or what also. Because it could be some of the pairing off is not what's actually going on. One of the questions I did have to ask one of y'all is that when y'all saw like Wonder Woman, she did her backling clans, and you saw like the spread of like almost like an EMP burst or whatever. But we saw Superman gliding through with heat vision, and then that heat vision hit a wall that Batman was on, and he just dodged out of the way. I thought it was eye candy. But do y'all honestly think that like Superman would like target Batman with lasers? Like, or do you think it's something else that's doing that? It's like, I don't know.
Was Superman like, fuck it, I'm about to murder?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I mean, he could done that all different kinds of ways. I mean, he could freaking take him and like pinch him and like rush everything here. Just do this like this. Why would he use laser vision?
No, that's a legitimate question. I've heard some people bring it up. I haven't thought too deeply about it. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe he was being controlled. If that's actually Superman, who was just like, F it, I'm killing this fool, then I will admit it's kind of weird. It's a bit un-Superman-like. CJ, what do you think?
For what exactly? Like Superman himself, like what is his motivations and stuff?
I mean, like the scene, like the actual scene of what we saw of him, like literally looking like some lasers were going at Batman, and he just barely dodged out of the way. Do you think that was Superman?
Oh, I assume, like I said earlier, I assume that I think that's a situation where it might be Bizarro Superman, possibly, so. I mean, obviously, it seems like there's going to be some sort of manipulation of Lex Luthor, I guess, convincing Superman about Batman and stuff like that. We got to stop him, blah, blah, blah. So that's my take on it. It's kind of hard to theorize who is what, but like I said, I'm still sticking to Bizarro Superman. No Doomsday, and if there is a Doomsday, hopefully it's good. But
oh my God. Please don't bring in Doomsday.
I know. That's why I said I think it's Bizarro Superman, which makes, in the grand scheme of things. So, that's my takeaway from it. At the very least.
I mean, I don't know how and what way that Lex could have had time to get the blood of Superman and clone him.
Well. I mean, I'm saying that in the sense that, like, one, like I said, he has Zod's body. So there's going to be some experimentation. Two, there's odds that he might have gotten maybe a piece of hair or DNA on the battlefield. So
that's really true. But
there's possibilities there.
Okay, so I know this is kind of like a segue. Is Suicide Squad take place before or after Dawn of Justice? Because I've heard that it takes place before.
I mean,
I don't think anyone definitively knows.
I don't think anybody knows. What we do know is that Batman's in it. It takes place during a period of time. There was a name drop, I guess, if we're segueing into Suicide Squad, that Amanda Waller said, I guess, was it Superman appearing kind of brought in this influx of people with powers and stuff, good and bad, and stuff. So it could take place after Dawn of Justice, possibly, or during that timeline period and stuff. But I mean,
okay, so let's go off.
I'm not even asking that there has to be a chronological thing. I mean, shit, it could take place after Man of Steel for all I fucking care.
Yeah, I mean, true. But, but think about, like, what if the movie does take place before, and what we actually are getting, the writing that was on, I guess, Jason Todd's outfit, or the writing that was in the book that, like, Batman saw. What if it wasn't Lex or somebody else messing with him? What if it was the actual Joker, and they just didn't have an appearance for him? What do y'all think that if that writing really was like Joker that was actually doing it?
I think it had to have been. Are you talking about the writing that was on the suit, right? And the Batman.
The one that was on the suit, and then like the magazine that he has, like I think what it said, like your family, you let your family die or something like that. I can't remember. But
no, I think it had to have been Joker, because I think it's a little bit premature to just introduce the Riddler or something. So I think it was a safe bet that was a Joker. As far as the time thing goes, I mean, we're already seeing a good deal of time jumping a little bit, because in the trailer at the end when he's like, I'm not going to kill you, I'm just going to hurt you really bad.
Yeah.
Clearly it's Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Before she became Harley Quinn. I don't know what her real character name is, but you know what I mean? That was like her I guess that's where Joker transforms her into Harley Quinn. So there might be a lot of time jumping, possibly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. So all right, well, we're already talking about it. Suicide Squad. What y'all thoughts?
Surprise of the con, personally. I mean, it really did, and I'm kind of shocked. Like I said, WB, as much as they bitched and moaned about, they leaked and stuff like that, it needs all the buzz they can get. Personally, after watching the HD trailer, I think that's going to be a pretty good movie. The cast of characters they got. Will Smith, like, again, he shocked me with that character in the movie and stuff. Doing Will Smith doing Will Smith stuff, like, we're some sort of Suicide Squad, let's save the world and all that stuff. Harley being Harley.
Oh my gosh. That girl.
Joker doing Joker stuff. I'm curious about who the guys in the costumes are, especially the one with the Batman mask on and stuff. That was actually pretty funny.
A lot of people theorize that. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, my theory, who had the Batman mask on, is the Joker.
Yeah,
because if it was, that would be the sickest thing ever. I'd be like, all right, shit.
Well, no, cool. If you look at the sequence, like, it's about 2 seconds after that, you see the Joker walking on this metro rail, and there's somebody ahead of him that has, like, a semi-automatic in his hand, but the Joker has his hood. It's a black hood, just like the guy that actually had the Batman mask. So my thought was that, oh my God, that was Joker that did that. But if it was, like, that would be legit.
Yeah, dude. That'd be cool. I just gotta touch on something real quick from BVS. You had mentioned this, but could you imagine Jesse Eisenberg in a fucking mech suit? That shit would be hilarious, man.
I think they're playing it straight with him in terms of, like, I mean, it'd be nice to see him in a mech suit, but I think that'd be kind of jumping the shark. Like, we're gonna put Jesse Eisenberg in a mech suit.
No, I do too, but that's like an iconic, that's an iconic thing. I don't think it's gonna happen in Batman vs Superman. I'm just saying that would be hilarious. I need to see that. Oh my God. But I don't even know if that'd be good or bad. But anyway, the Suicide Squad trailer was probably the most surprising trailer that I saw, because my expectations were pretty low, to be honest.
Everybody was.
I guess so. I mean, it was kind of like before I knew about Guardians. I was just like, talking tree, raccoon, like, why? But you see the trailer, I'm like, yo, I love this haunting gothic score, or I just love how gothic the movie looks in general. There's one scene with Enchantress, played by Cara Delevingne, where she was like in this bathtub with like this black liquid, and it looked like there was a giant star or like a pentagram behind her. It was hard to tell. Yeah, yeah. And there's just a lot of weird imagery in there where I was like, man, I'm really digging this bleak, dark look. Really digging it. It looks sick. A little bit, I don't know. I can't tell if it's just the right amount or if it's being too crazy, but I love it either way. For sure.
It's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Jared Leto's take on the Joker? Which is kind of, we always seen glimpses, but
I mean, it's gonna be pretty good. I like it. So
yeah.
I think that looking at him, it's different. But I think I've seen like a picture a couple of people have put up of like Mark Hamill's Joker being like from animated series being the definitive Joker that we know from the comics and probably the best that we've done, But then they showed like a picture of like Jack Nicholson's Joker being kind of like the gangster, mobster, funny person, then having Heath Ledger's being the anarchist, and then having this relation of Leto's as being like a pure maniac, like a psychomaniac, like somebody that is not somebody you want to be around, let alone in the same room with, that he's capable of doing anything. But the look of him, a lot of people are like being pushed off because it's not what they know, it's not what they've seen before. But his persona and how he's doing it and the way he's using his body language, and I think, to be quite honest with you, I think the reason why he didn't show up in the actual panel is because he doesn't want to go out in public and actually talk about the character. I think he wants to stay as method as possible and continue to shoot his film. And him being that dedicated with that, I think that he is going to murder this. I think that he is going to be the best, if not one of the most definitive, unique versions of the Joker we ever had, because it's easy to go and kind of like go off the material that you've had before, but to reinvent the whole entire Joker concept and have it, though, as people looking at him like, man, I don't like this, and then to have them be convinced just from the portrayal and the acting performance, I think that might be one of the most unique things they've ever done. If he does it right, I think that he's going to be going down as one of the greats, to be quite honest with you. And I think that's where he might be going with this one. So.
Yeah, he might have actually lost his mind. Maybe that's why he's never been at the major pictures or the major meetings. Maybe he actually lost his mind, which is great too. But I think
we don't need another Heath Ledger situation. That's why they got I think they have like an actual psychologist on site for the actual group, because I think that because Enchantress, her mind is so convoluted and messed up. Like the actor that did it, she had even said like she's kind of been changing, and she needed to have like a therapist kind of probe her and talk to her about different stuff, because they don't want to think a repeat of what happened with Jared Leto, honestly. So I'm glad that they're doing that.
Yeah, that's a weird concept, like having a psychiatrist to make sure you don't go too far into character.
Yeah, that kind of failed horribly, especially if you watched the Batman animated series and they showed the episode showing her backstory, and pretty much it was a situation where Joker more or less mind fucked her. It mind fucked her in the sense that here she is, she's a psychologist for Arkham, and she's talking to Joker, and Joker is like being nice towards her and stuff and kind of faking as though she's making a difference, even though she isn't, and kind of coercing her into, it's kind of like using her in a sense. And that's how we find out why Harley is the way she is, where she still goes back to Joker despite her, him treating her like shit. So I mean, I don't know if the movie's going to emphasize that. Probably. I mean, like I said, I think it's going to end up being a little bit like the Assault on Arkham movie. A little bit. Yeah. So, at least on that spectrum. So.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like spoiler or not, but I saw when they were shooting scenes like outdoors, like somebody was having like control like a video from the video phone, and it was of basically the Joker kind of like meeting Harley Quinn, and she wasn't dressed as Harley Quinn, but I could tell she was still Harley Quinn. She just didn't have her makeup and stuff on. He met her outside. and like she was basically pointing a gun at his head, and like there was a security guard behind her, and she just shot the security guard, and then like he basically pimp slapped her to the ground, and I was like, dang. And this was like I forget when they did it, but it was really early on when they shot the sequence, and then after that they rode away in his car. But looking at that one sequence, I mean, I'm inclined to believe what you're saying, because like they're probably gonna go into like how much he messed her up and how much he's still using her. So I think that'd be really good for her to play off of that. She might do a really good performance off of that, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought she was perfectly cast as Harley Quinn, personally. Like now that I've seen her in the trailer, or even when I just knew that they cast her, I was like, whoa, that's an inspired choice.
Yeah,
for sure. What do you guys what do you think about the Joker's role that's going to be in the film? That's the only thing I'm confused about. Like, he's not supposed to be a part of the Suicide Squad, right?
I don't know. I think that's the beauty of this. Like, we don't know. And they haven't like broadcasted, like they just said that he's in it. And because he's in it, it brings like people towards like looking at this film, but then him being in it, what is he capable of messing these characters up with? You know, like how deadly really is he? So
Yeah.
I don't know. They haven't really talked about it.
Yeah,
I think it works to his advantage because the less we know for now, the better. So
true.
I mean, as much as people sit there and know from like the leaked set footage, it ain't really giving us anything to go off of and stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it all looks pretty great. Even that Killer Croc guy, who I was pretty skeptical about, I was like, oh damn.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta dip off for a minute or two, probably longer, but I'll jump back in later because I'm pretty sure y'all guys gonna keep going and stuff. So yeah, just send me another link, Sam, when I get back. Cause yeah, I'll be right back. So,
Okay. All right, cool.
All right, be right back, people. So,
All right, man.
Later.
Yeah, I almost forgot that we've been live this whole time.
Yeah, man. I've been sitting there going back and forth with talking to people. I've been trying to invite Chris Livingston. He was trying to get in. I don't know if it's because his name is changed to the Cape Crusader. I can't invite him. I don't know. I keep on inviting him.
Hold up. Let me see if I can. I think I threw him a link last time.
Yeah, I threw him a link on I don't know whatchamacallit, Hangouts, but he hasn't replied back yet. So I mean, he got the link though.
Okay.
What else stuck out to you besides, like, I guess the comic book Marvel related stuff? What other shows that you peeped?
Like what other panels stood out?
Yeah.
Well, let me look back at the trailers.
Oh, that list.
Yeah, because there's. Let me see. Oh, hold up. Let's get into X-Men. Here we go.
Oh, wait, no, we gotta leave that for Chris. We gotta say that for Chris because I'm curious. Yeah, I think we should wait till Chris gets it, or CJ. I'm sorry.
Because I got all kinds of stuff to say about X-Men Apocalypse.
Well, how about we do this? We'll talk about a little bit of it. Because I'm not gonna be knocking it yet.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah.
Everybody else's costume looks on fleek. Like,
yeah.
Including Jubilee, Psylocke, even freaking Magneto's new costume looks on fleek.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the movie is named Apocalypse. And I look at him and everybody's like, this is Ivan News mixed with Avatar. And it's true. Like, but this is the thing that I will say. I'm not gonna go on the negative just yet.
Right.
What if what we're getting is the human form of Apocalypse before he's ascended into what we know of him as being Apocalypse? Like with the mechanics, with the full growth and everything. What if Bryan Singer has been keeping away from us the full look of him? Now, I'll say it's a terrible move putting that on Entertainment Weekly and putting that broadcasting on every flipping place. But what if he's really surprising us and going to show us what Apocalypse is really, truly what we see before? I was curious to talk to somebody about that.
Man, okay. I'm gonna try to keep this on Apocalypse, but in my review of the Comic-Con trailer, I loved the trailer, and I was excited by Apocalypse. However, shit, man. Listen, I love the bodysuit. I think the bodysuit is legit. It's almost like a weird Pharaoh 16th century Japan-ish sort of vibe to it. I like that. But his height and his face is no.
Oh, after.
Especially seeing it in HD, like from the Comic-Con leaked thing, like I couldn't tell, anything really. It's just like, I guess Apocalypse is there. Like he was like a blurry image. But seeing him in HD, at least on the Entertainment Weekly, man, I'm scared, bruh. Like, why they got Apocalypse fucking tall as me and shit? Like, okay, when I imagine Apocalypse, I imagine someone who's about the height and the bulkiness of the Hulk Buster suit from Age
or
of
at least
Ultron.
Thanos. At least Thanos. Oh
And
my God.
like a combination of CGI and practical. And like, why is he purple? Is he purple? I thought he was purple for some reason.
He's silverish. He's not even. I mean, yeah, the one that's in the movie is purple, but he's supposed to be silverish and maybe blue with the hint of lines that go down here, just like my freaking beard is going. I guess that's what it's supposed to be like. But I don't know what the hell we got.
I mean, hey, did you know your video is off?
Nah.
Yeah.
Like there's no video at all.
No, it's just showing your logo, which is really cool, by the way. But
what the hell? No, I didn't know that.
But yeah, it's off for some reason. But I don't know.
That's weird.
But it's just, what are they doing, man? Because Brian, man, if you fuck this up, man, like this is Apocalypse. This is the first, maybe the most interesting mutant in X-Men lore, to me at least. I mean,
I thought he was the first mutant, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, from like Egyptian times or something. Like I thought Oscar Isaac was the perfect person to voice him. I love the bodysuit, but the height and the face, we got issues.
Yeah,
we got issues. We cannot be having Ivan Ooze as Apocalypse. Like, people keep posting these Twitter pictures, but I've seen better cosplayers as Apocalypse than what they got here.
Yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. Like, Bryan Singer loves this series. Like, when the third one fell off, it was because he was not at the helm behind it. Because X-Men Origins Wolverine fell off, he did not have his hand in it at all. But when X-Men First Class came up with Matthew Vaughn, he was an executive producer. And then with Days of Future Past, he was all in it again. And I mean, I don't think that he would just forfeit like having somebody as iconic as Apocalypse. Even if this is the last X-Men they ever do, I can't imagine him effing him up like that. So that's why I'm like, I can't believe it. I really can't.
Man, I can't believe it. I can't believe it, man. It's he better not fuck this up, man, on some real shit, because Apocalypse is like he just doesn't strike me as Apocalypse. Like, damn, it's like what is Brian doing? Like, some people got this theory on oh well, he grows in the film. Listen, last time I seen the motherfucker grow was in that, what was that Pirates of the Caribbean movie? This woman straight up grew from like
the chick that plays Moneypenny in Nightfall.
yeah,
Or,
she straight
but
grew from like 5'7" to like 300 feet or something. I was like,
yeah.
come on.
I think I don't know, man. I'm not gonna speculate, but I know that I think it was a bad move them putting those pictures of him. If that's not the finished look of Apocalypse, they shouldn't have put those pictures up because
I mean,
it's almost destroying the movie. To be quite honest with you, that's just me.
because like, what is Brian doing? Like, is bruh, like, because the voice perfect. Like, I was actually getting goosebumps in the trailer. Like, his voice was sick. I was like,
Oh, by the way, I haven't looked at the trailer yet.
no way.
I've not looked at the trailer yet. I wanted to do a reaction to it. But then what happened was I did a reaction trailer for Deadpool, and YouTube shut me down.
Oh, bro, I'm sorry.
They were like, nope. And this is the funny thing. Like me and my roommate, we did a funny thing where we kind of had it like, we were looking at ourselves randomly. Somebody like in a theater, they were kind of like streaming like Deadpool, and they were kind of talking about it. Like, man, who are these douchebags? And then we went on the scale like, oh, wow, crap, that's us. We can't talk about ourselves anymore. Let's just look at it, you know? And it was so funny, but YouTube, they just shut us down, man. I was like, dang. Walter White.
No, yo, man, hey, I learned a long time ago when it comes to Comic-Con and there's leaks, do not, under any circumstances, put audio or footage. I personally wouldn't even put any images, not even in the thumbnail. That's just me, though. But
yeah,
no, man, they are dead serious about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you get strikes from that shit. But
yeah, man.
just you cannot fail Apocalypse. I'm trying to logically assess what's Bryan Singer's angle, and I don't see it.
I don't either, man.
Like they got this dude looking like a typical villain. Like, who's this guy? Like, no, it's Apocalypse. Like, when we see Apocalypse, we should be like, for the love of God, all of X-Men are gonna die for real. Because Apocalypse is like a whole other level. Like, you know, you can't have him sounding scary and then we cut the Ivan Ooze. Like, that's not, you know.
I don't know. But like I said, we'll wait till CJ gets back and we'll go into deeper things about that. But I did want to give a shout out to people that's been like commenting. Shout out to London Crusader. Shout out to Azizu, Finta, and Walter White. Walter White, he put up a post. He was like, "Say my name." That's why I said Walter White randomly. And he was like, "Gosh darn right." I was like, "Oh snap." He was like, "Prepare for season 6." I was like, "Oh snap!"
That's incredible. Here, let me look back. Let's see what else we can talk about in terms of Comic-Con. Let's see.
Did they bring up Minority Report, the new show, or Limitless at Comic-Con? Do you know?
There was a panel for Minority Report. I know nothing about it. So,
yeah, it's supposed to be like a sequel from Minority Report. So, you know, like the precogs, how it was a girl and it was 2 guys. I think it's off of one of the guys that had been growing up, but he's still having flashes of memory. And then Megan Good is playing this cop that is basically working with him to try to solve crime still, even though that the precog system that they had built up for Minority Report has been shut down. He's illegally trying to help her. And I think that they've been trying to bring back different characters, just like they did with Limitless. Like, they freaking had, what is his name? Oh, my gosh. How did I forget his name? Who's the star of Limitless?
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper, in the first episode of the pilot, he shows up and helping this guy that's taking the pill that he was taking.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're doing the same exact thing with both of these shows where they're kind of pulling people from the original movies and placing them into the shows. And I think that's a good touch, but I didn't look at the panel, so I wasn't sure if you had or not.
I didn't see the panel. All I can say is I get really weirded out about TV shows extending upon what a movie did. Like there was a series based on Dusk Till Dawn. I think that's a Robert Rodriguez movie. I think.
Yeah,
Could be wrong.
yeah.
But
they came out with that little series.
yeah, and I'm like, what? Like, but no, what? Just no. With Minority Report, like we're talking about one of my favorite movies of all time. Trying to tell me there's some weird series coming out about it. Shit, man. I mean, I'll watch the trailer or something. Maybe I'll watch the trailer and just assess my thoughts from there. But at the current time, like, why do that? Why would y'all do that? Like
yeah, man.
like,
I don't know.
It's kind of like imagine like Interstellar, the TV series, like in that same sense. It's just
it's unnecessary.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like.
But then
hey,
I'll say this though. You remember 12 Monkeys, like the movie with what is his name?
Yes, they got a show based off that, right?
Yeah, and the show's been doing really good. Like I think they had a panel for that as well.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I've never seen it, so I can't judge too harshly. But that's just so weird. That's a really I can't wrap my mind around that. But hey, I'll watch the trailer, see what I think.
Oh, I do have something I wanted to talk about. The animated stuff. The animated stuff for DC and Marvel. Because Marvel, I kid you not, man. Because they came up with this, I'm so going back and probably going to buy the series. Because I actually liked what they did with the original Avengers. Like the series that came out before Avengers Assemble. I thought it was really good. I thought that even the older Spider-Man's really good. I don't know about the new one. But they showed a trailer and I guess footage from the Guardians of the Galaxy series. And I was like, this looks amazing. And I'm so excited for it because they've got Rocket, they've got Star-Lord, they got Gamora, Drax. Everybody is back for this one.
Okay, I'm back.
Anything about it?
Unfortunately, I won't be able to lend too much from the conversation because I guess I can't remember the last time I watched an animated DC and Marvel thing. The only thing that comes to mind is the animated series based off The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller. That was like the last thing I've ever seen that was like an animated DC or Marvel thing.
Okay.
I think those came out a while back. Has it been years?
It's been about a year and a half. About a year and a half.
Okay. Which was really cool, by the way. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was gonna be like some rated G type of thing. I was in for a surprise. But yeah, unfortunately, I just don't know. It's not a medium that I've kept up in. So. Yeah.
I've been pretty caught up with it, but like we got so much going on between films and this and work. It's been hard trying to keep up with stuff. But I did see footage from that. I didn't see footage from Spider-Man vs. the Sinister Six, which that was announced. And there's an Avengers Ultron Revolution based on the actual series. These are the new seasons. So what they're doing is per season they're renaming how the series is called, and so they, I guess, are going into an Ultron Revolution. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with that. But on DC side, what they did was they're gonna be doing the Killing Joke, bro. They're freaking doing the Killing Joke.
What?
Yeah.
Like as a movie? As an
animated movie, they are doing the Killing Joke. And Mark Hamill, that played, of course, the original Joker, he quit since the Arkham series. But he said
they should do it live action.
Yeah, they can't do that at this point.
No, they can't.
They got too much to build on, but that would be awesome to see. But what he has said, he was like, if they ever go and do an animated version of The Killing Joke, I have to come back. And then when they announced it, like the crowd just went crazy. And I think that this might be one of the best, if they do it right, animated films that DC's ever done. They've been doing some amazing ones.
Really? Okay.
They've been doing some really good ones.
The Killing Joke, I actually read that maybe in the last 6 or 10 months. I can't remember exactly, but that is one of the greatest graphic novels I've ever read. It's just so sinister. It's just so dark, like the perfect embodiment of the Joker that I think I've ever seen in a comic book. Like I don't think anyone's ever done a better interpretation of the Joker in a comic book, at least. I don't think so. Whoa, that sounds pretty cool, actually. Did they say when that's coming, or?
It's coming out next year, but they're doing 2 different movies. They're doing that, and then they're doing something called Batman Bad Blood, which I just heard about. I didn't even look at the concept, but from what I'm understanding, they're going to have the characters Batwing, which now is actually Lucius Fox's son. It basically has kind of like the costume of like Batman, but he works in different locations. They're going to have Batwoman, and it's going to be all in the continuity of the DC 52 universe, essentially. I don't know too much about it. All I've seen is like a couple screen captures, but they're doing both of those movies at the same time simultaneously. So hopefully that's going to be pretty good, but I'm more excited for The Killing Joke, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. Killing Joke is, wow, that's a juggernaut piece of work right there. I can't wait to see that, because that one animated thing I saw based off The Dark Knight Returns, it was like two parts, 2 separate films. I was blown away. I was like, holy. That was some YouTubers. That was some good stuff. I had no idea that, because I thought this was just going to be some rated G, DC animated films, and I was wrong. They went all in. So, yeah, there we go. Part 1.
Yeah, I've got part 1 and part 2, but all honesty, these 2 surprised me, and they're sequels of each other. Son of Batman and then Batman vs. Robin. Batman vs. Robin is way better, but both of these are actually pretty good. I would recommend you check them out. They really surprised me.
Yeah, I've heard about the Batman vs. Robin thing. The title scared me. I was like, oh, come on, man. Batman vs. Robin? Come on. You might as well have said Batman vs. Alfred. Like, come on.
Well, did you look at Under the Red Hood? Did you ever look at that?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay. If you watch Under the Red Hood, when you watch it, or animated like films in general, it's gonna completely change.
Really?
And what they did with that, they've never done anything quite like that. It's probably one of the best animated films I've seen. Because it plays on what is Bruce or Batman's mindset on what is too far. Like, what is the breaking point where you're like, okay, I'm not going to kill people, but what are you really thinking? You know what I'm saying? You could tell a villain that, but what are you going to tell somebody that has been hurt by a villain or is being dying? Like, what are you going to tell them? And this goes into that. Like, in the end cut, like, it's really well done, and it surrounds like an older Robin, the Robin that gotten killed by the Joker. That's what that story is about.
Okay.
So you gotta check that out, man.
Yeah, I would. With Star Wars as well. I would like to get into some more animated features or anything related, because apparently there's a lot of awesome content there. So something to look into for sure. Here, let me pull up this list I was looking at.
Oh my gosh, they're having some kind of debate on what's the best TV show, Breaking Bad or Battlestar Galactica.
That's an evil debate.
Breaking Bad.
That's a weird debate. Those are way too separate. You know, that's like comparing. Shit. It's like comparing Star Wars to Lord of the Rings or something. Like, can't do that.
Can't really compare them. Totally different. Yeah, that's true.
Totally different. What's a panel that we could talk about?
I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna hurt you really, really bad. Is that what you're trying to say?
Hey, can we talk about the Hateful Eight? I think Tarantino needs some love. The Hateful Eight panel.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go off.
Because I love Tarantino, and apparently he's filming the Hateful Eight with the same camera lens or the same camera. I can't remember, but either way, he's like filming it the same way that Ben-Hur was filmed.
Yes, I heard that.
I was like, whoa, dropping bombs, Tarantino. But I think Hateful Eight is going to be a juggernaut movie when that comes out. Like, just like, because the trailer to The Revenant with Tom Hardy and Leonardo DiCaprio, that trailer's been seen like 3 million times in like a day or something, or like 2 days, like something crazy. Okay, so imagine when the first trailer to the Hateful Eight drops. Like, it's, oh man, it's gonna be sick. But apparently there was like a 7-minute, I guess, sizzle reel, I guess, released at Comic-Con, which I've seen nowhere, sadly. No leak on that one, but
haven't either.
It's in like my top 5 most anticipated films I haven't seen yet for this year. I can't wait.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm a huge Tarantino fan. I mean, I've liked some of everything that he's put out. I'm still looking forward for him doing Kill Bill 3 now that the young black girl is like a lot older and he's already gung ho and ready for it. And not just that, I think Uma Thurman is on board as well. I think that would be amazing if he ever made that, because if they do make it, that would solidify that as an amazing franchise. But even Django, I really enjoy Django. A lot of people had a lot of hate for Django and like the language and stuff like that. I was like, dude, you not think that the language was worse back then? Like people of color were treated worse than what he depicted. Like, he's downplaying it. He's just making a comedy out of it.
Bro, it is the only movie in existence where a slave goes from a slave to being like a hero bounty hunter to saving the day. Like, that's
exactly, man.
That's like a miracle that movie happened. Like, it's incredible.
It's unthinkable. But I mean, how he depicted it and how he shot it, and then the people that he picked for it, I feel as though, and I was speaking of The Revenant, I've always said that Leo, because he's a pretty boy, he will always get snubbed out of an Oscar nod or even getting an Oscar, period. I felt that he stole the show as John Candy. I mean, you remember the scene where he kind of like slammed his hand down and then like he kind of wrapped the blood all over Kerry Washington's face? That was real, and he continued the scene. I mean, like, the man was in the role so well that I felt like Christoph Waltz, he's got 2 Oscars on his belt. I felt like they could have given him the best supporting actor in that time, but that's for a whole other debate.
I agree with you. I thought that the second win for Christoph was not necessary, but he truly is a great actor. I mean, honestly. I don't think he should have won it per se, but hey, I mean, great actor, so I can't even hate. Yeah. But I honestly believe that just maybe it's just coincidence, like, because even when Leo had was up for Wolf of Wall Street, I mean, that was a tough race, man. Tough.
Dude, well, Wolf on Wall Street, I didn't feel like that year that he was gonna win, just because I was like, oh my gosh, like, look at what he's going up against. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm saying
he was a slave. I was like, nah, this ain't gonna happen.
I don't know. I thought there was a possibility because I don't think he's ever been better. since The Wolf of Wall Street. That might change with The Revenant.
Did you
but,
see the trailer for that?
The Revenant?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, I did a reaction to that joint. I was like, these angles, like Alejandro, one of the things that I loved about Birdman was the score and the angles and how it was completely shot. And for Leo to have him as the helm of the director, supporting actor in Tom Hardy, and the dude from Ex Machina, I forget his name. He's got a weird name.
Oh, Donald Gleason, I think?
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
something like that.
These guys, they are in this role. And I'm looking at the expressions on Leo, and he is stealing the screen. Like, he's stealing it. And I was like, I loved it.
Shit, man. Revenant, Hateful Eight, what? They both come out in December? Woo!
Yeah.
That's, oh god.
I just want to say, the
Oh,
new
yeah.
Batman v Superman trailer comes out in December.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on
Is it gonna be during Star Wars?
projectionlist.com with Star Wars.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. At the same time, it might be bad because they might show us too much.
Yeah, I am not looking forward to a new Batman vs Superman trailer at all, because my only gripe is that there was a lot in that trailer on some real shit. Like that was a lot of information. Granted, most of it is vague and not entirely explicit, but still, like, I mean, like, what more do you need? I mean, I'm sold. Like, I don't need another trailer. Like, I'm good to go. I'm gonna be there opening. Hell, I might pre-order 2 showings or 2 viewings. Like, shit, if I'm going Friday, I might as well pre-order next Friday.
Yeah, man. That whole month of March, which is my birthday month, like, I'm gonna be going to see that movie. I don't know how many times. I mean, I'm sold on the movie. Like, I know that I will watch this movie more than once, and because of that, they just take my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me money.
Yeah, just like I already know I'm gonna see it twice, and it's rare for me to see a movie twice in theaters. It's really rare. So, shoot, that's all I need. I don't need another trailer.
Oh, yeah. I just found out something about that camera lens that you were talking about for Ben-Hur. So it's called the Ultra Panavision 70mm. So it was done with Ben-Hur, but Hateful Eight is going to be using it with Quentin Tarantino. But the Star Wars anthology Rogue One, that's being directed by Gareth Edwards, he's going to be using it as well in 2016.
Wow.
I was like, dang.
Wow, okay. Wow, that's cool.
Because, I mean, he did a good job with Godzilla. And I think that Monster series, did you ever look at Monsters?
I did. His first film?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. And, shit, for a first movie, wow.
It's good.
You know?
Really good.
I feel like people are a little bit too harsh on directors' first films. It's like, come on, man, you try to make a movie. Like, come on, like... Right. Especially with Monsters, like this dude, I think he wrote it, he directed it, he even made the VFX too. Maybe he did the soundtrack too. I'm not even sure, but that's dedication right there.
Yeah.
I really liked Godzilla. I thought it was a solid film. So, what do you think about the whole digital verse film?
I feel like there is elegance about using film over digital, and it can be seen so well when it's actually going on. What the hell? Bro, don't do that, man. Turn that off, man.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I don't want this shut down, man.
Yeah, that's a good point. We don't want...
I don't need any strikes. At any rate, with like film, that needs to still be in play. Like, there's something totally different about how you look at something in film versus digital. And until like digital has a way of emulating how that feeling is, I think it should stay. But at the same time, like, it's just like taking animated versus CGI animated. Like, the animations for the old Disney and the old form of animation, 2D, it's being like capped out. Like all the old animators are gone. Like all the old studios, they've moved on to like Pixar and CG animation. Like when Shrek came out, and when like the Incredibles and like stuff like Toy Story, like they all copped that all out. But for me, like I love, and I can't imagine a world without 2D animated films. But like my kids might grow up without it, just because that's just what's popular. That's what's hip. And they might go and have like a retro moment and bring it back, but as of right now, like they're non-existent except for the DC animated stuff or the Marvel related stuff, and that's sad to me. But I feel like it's the same thing with like film and digital. Like I think that they're just because it's easier, and for filmmakers it's easier. They're just gonna consciously do that. But I think those old heads, they're gonna continue to try to bring it back. You know.
Yeah, I don't. For me, my stance on the debate is that I don't understand. First off, we should not get rid of film. So we need to end that discussion. Like this whole thing about film being extinct and shit. That's crazy talk. It should go nowhere. All right, we need to make sure we got plenty of stock and technology for that to last to the end of time. Okay, it should always be an option.
Yeah.
And as far as digital versus film, I mean, personally, I got to bring up John Campea again. I really don't think people care. Like the general audience. Like people like me, I care. But, you know, the general audience doesn't give a damn. Like for them, if it looks good, you know, turn up.
Yeah.
You know, for the artists, to me, there's a clear distinction between digital and film. And I totally understand, like, Scorsese's stance on like, you know, digital is really just trying to replicate film and so on and so forth. But I think that like Scorsese and Nolan need to. It'd be nice to see them embrace digital more because honestly, within the next 10 years or so, I feel like digital is going to get so good that they'll be able to replicate film better than film does. You know what I mean? Like the film look. So, because with digital, I feel like there's no limitations. You know?
There's not. There's a way that they're going to be able to give that effect with digital just because it's fully customizable. There's nothing that you can do with how it's shot. And then, like, you can have bigger films. You can have it, like, more cost-effective. And, I mean, even, like, the way they're going to be doing IMAX in the future, I think it's going to be completely changed. It's not going to take as much grasp either.
I feel like Scorsese is really missing, and Tarantino especially. They're really missing the point of like the clarity of digital. It's a whole other paradigm, man. Like I was watching Fincher's Gone Girl recently, and just every time I watch that movie, I'm just totally gobsmacked because the clarity is unreal, man. Unreal. Just wow. I got a lot of love for like gain and things that you see in film, but I don't know. I just think the old heads should embrace digital a little bit more. You know, not be so standoffish because it's inevitable. You know, it's like hoping that people won't text. Like people were texting when you made the sentence. You know, so
I'm so bored.
Yeah.
Ted, you a trip, bro.
Wow.
Hey, Chupacabra, what are you talking about, man? With Christopher Nolan directing a Transformers movie, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
Well, I hope that. Well, first off, I don't think Nolan would ever be interested in making a. Well. I take that back. He would. I was just about to say I don't know if he would ever be interested in making a movie about giant robots, but then I was like, well, he should. You never know. But I don't think he would be interested in making a movie about Transformers. No, I don't think so. Well, giant. Yeah. We're not gonna see no Pacific Rim Transformers movie from.
That's what I was about to say. Like I'll be honest though. I could see Garth Edwards partnering off with Del
Paramount.
Toro to do something like Godzilla meets like Pacific Rim kind of type.
Oh, the kaiju? That'd be sick.
Yeah, dude. Because be
Like
honest,
a
I could
crossover.
see Godzilla there. You know what I'm saying? I really could. If they did that, I think that would be eye candy. I was actually looking to see if they were gonna do anything on Pacific Rim 2 because they're starting to shoot it. I think was it next month. But I don't know if that was filmed.
Was there a panel for Pacific Rim 2? Maybe not.
That's why I'm looking. I don't see it. I don't think
Maybe.
it was.
I think next year they're gonna have a panel.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't this year, but might be too soon. But shit. Good luck to that movie.
Yeah.
Holy crap. What else?
Who likes the first movie?
I
Pacific
own it
Rim?
Yeah.
on 3D Blu-ray.
There's something really underwhelming about it that's difficult for me to pinpoint what that is, but it's a good time. It's a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
The whole like vocal thing seems cheesy.
The what?
Vocal and like the way how they talk in the movie.
Oh yeah. It's different. It's different.
To me, it feels like something that would have worked better, at least in the execution of the first film. It seemed like it would have worked better as a TV show as opposed to a movie, but that's just me.
Yeah, I agree. But there's so much heavy CG, and it's done so well, especially with like the 3D. When I saw that in IMAX, that was some of the best fighting I've seen in 3D. Especially
Oh, wow.
having like huge mechs, like it was eye candy when I was watching it in the theaters. But I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do with the part 2, especially if Idris Elba is not going to be in it. Like I don't know how it's going to kind of stand on its own. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I guess one thing before we try another panel, what do you? This might be better as the last conversation, but oh well. What do you think would be good? What do you hope to see next year, Comic-Con?
Next year.
Yeah.
I think that for me, Marvel just annihilating everything because by that time Civil War had been out. I can't remember the other movie they got going on. I think Ragnarok is gonna be coming out next year. I can't remember.
Ooh.
No, that comes out like 2018.
Oh, it's 18. They pushed it back. Dang.
Because they replaced it with Spider-Man.
Ah, stupid.
What? Hold up. I need to fact check that. Really?
That's stupid.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and say, like, I think that if at Comic-Con they give me substance on Doctor Strange, the Infinity Wars, what are the after effects of what happened with Civil War? Is Steve Rogers dead? Is there going to be a new Captain America and, like, Bucky? I feel like they, in my opinion, now that they have Spider-Man, they could take over for next year's Comic-Con. But if DC does their thing with Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad in August, then they have full reigns of bringing up the Justice League, the Green Lantern Corps, that was actually announced in Comic-Con. I freaked out about that. Or even like Wonder Woman. I feel like they have, both of these franchises have a lot of steam, but I feel like because Marvel is not present this year, they're going to overrun everything next year. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, holy shit, is Doctor Strange 2016?
Yeah, 2016.
Okay. I feel like there has to be panels for, man, Marvel might for real take over next year because they got to get into Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, and Black Panther, I think. But they got to go there.
Oh yeah, Guardians 2 is that's 2017 if I'm not mistaken. Let me look. Marvel
Unfortunately, Spider-Man sort of messed up the initial release dates a little bit.
Okay, so that's if Wikipedia is actually correct. Doctor Strange, November 2016, and then Captain America 2016. So those are the two for 2016. 2017 is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Spider-Man, and Thor Ragnarok. So actually Ragnarok is in 2017.
Yeah, the Spider-Man reboots in 2017. So do you think that there's going to be a Spider-Man... Well, I guess there has to be a Spider-Man panel next year?
There could be.
I guess it's up in the air, and I think it's going to be off of reception too. Like, depending on how his role is with Civil War, and if they start shooting, which I think they will probably by like September or October, Spider-Man, if they start doing that, then yeah, there's definitely going to be some kind of panel. I could see Chris Pratt being there for Guardians as well.
Yeah.
He's such a geek, man. He's so freaking awesome. He's, in my opinion, he is Han Solo, Indiana Jones, meshed together.
Oh, wow. I think...
What up, guys?
Yo, how's it going?
Oh, who is this?
Nothing much, man. Chris.
Oh, what up, man?
Yo, bro, that thumbnail, though.
I'm looking at a scandally
Is
clad
it the
woman.
same person again?
I'm like, dang, why she pulling her clothes? I was like, kind of scared me because this is a man's voice, but I'm seeing like this butt naked woman and kind of scared me a little bit.
I'm all kinds of confused right now. But
I changed my username. It's not Chris Littleton anymore. It's the K Crusader. So it's
okay.
I'm getting used to the new name. So I'm kind of like sales with this new thing. When you're changing the name and stuff, you got to get used to it. So I'm changing the avatar a little bit because I know that throw people off. Like, what the type of avatar is that? I missed the discussion. I missed the discussion though, man. I really wanted to make the discussion though.
Well, at the current time, we're just talking about like what we would hope to see. What we hope to see for next year's Comic-Con.
Yeah.
What would be like the
what I
craziest?
want to see is like let me see what I want to see for next year's Comic-Con. I want to see Civil War cast. I want to see like Civil War because I know Civil War's coming out next year. Let me see, Civil War. I think Civil War is the one I really want to see though for the panel because I'm pretty sure that cast is gonna be pretty big, you know, for next year. Let me see who else. What happened? What's funny? What's funny?
I don't like it. Like a bull of shit.
I'm looking at you said big and in the never mind. Just
I lost my composure, but I got it back.
Are you talking about you still looking at the avatar?
No, well, I am still looking at that, but no.
Like a movie.
Man, why you gotta be disrespecting Batgirl like that? Shut up.
That's Stephanie Brown, actually. That's Stephanie Brown. So that's Stephanie Brown. She was like the fifth Batgirl. Yes. Yeah. But go back to what I was saying. I say for me, I want to see the Civil War cast for next year. I want to see Marvel bring Black Panther. I want to see Doctor Strange too. 'Cause I know Doctor Strange coming out next year too. Civil War, Doctor Strange. I want to see Marvel come in next year because I know DC bring it this year, so Marvel probably gonna kill it next year though.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm debating like just desperately saving some money and just going to Comic-Con next year.
I want to go to Comic-Con. I really do want to go to Comic-Con though. Like I want to go to San Diego Comic-Con though. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I might save my money up for it, but I want to go to San Diego Comic-Con just for those 3 days. Like I really do, man. I really do.
I do too, man. I'll crash a plane over there if necessary. Like let me in there.
I'm surprised. You know, I'm surprised, but you know what? The whole thing with all these leaks, with not Deadpool trailer getting leaked and Deadpool trailer, the Suicide Squad, Batman v Superman trailer getting leaked. I'm pretty sure eventually Comic-Con gonna become like an E3 where they're gonna start just streaming the stuff for free because people gonna pirate it anyway. So I mean, I understand for those hard-earned people that pay their hard-earned money to see some exclusive content. You know, other people don't get a chance to see probably like months or weeks later. But at the end of the day, it's superhero movies. It's a new thing now. People want to see this stuff. And eventually, studios gonna be like, you know what? Maybe we should stream this, like they do E3. Like they try to sell you something. I'm like, you get people to see movies, so why not let somebody stream the panel? I don't, I think it do good though. I think it's time for like Hollywood Comic Con to catch up with the times and just let people just like let the stream your stuff. I mean, and it won't get, you don't have to worry about it getting leaked. I mean, of course, some people will talk about it, but at the end of the day, what's funny?
No, I don't know what's funny. But to your point, though, you made a really good point that I want to touch on. Like, I feel like the days of exclusivity with
superhero movies is going
with Comic-Con footage is gone. Like, it's gone. Like there's no way. I mean, I have to say, when the Age of Ultron trailer dropped at Comic-Con, somehow Marvel did some kind of sorcery, and they made sure that no visuals got out, which is incredible. But just only the audio came out. Yeah. That leaked. That was it. There's no visuals. How they accomplished that is beyond me. But you cannot replicate that. Like there's about to be cameras the size of the tip of my pinky outputting 1080p. Like it's getting out of control. I mean, but if it's strictly out, and the reason why I'm saying this is going to be so hard to keep these trailers just compacting the small group of people is because now you got phones to tell you your heart rate. Now you got smartphones that take pictures like a movie. Like it's damn near impossible. It's going to be too damn impossible to keep something good. Unless we say, well, you shouldn't show it. Like I'm saying this, like people be like literally like people be sitting in the chairs. You're recording the panel. I'm like, and then you can't stop something that's eventually gonna happen. Like, and that's why I salute E3, even though sometimes E3 have had some terrible conferences, especially last year. But like E3, I salute them for it because like, look, at the end of the damn day, we're selling you a product. And when you're a movie studio, especially if you have a superhero franchise, like Batman v Superman, you need all the hype you can get. So why not stream it? Because at the end of the damn day, you can't stop it. Like I understand if you a director, you're working hard, and the footage is not done. If I was a studio, I would feel some type of way. But at the end of the damn day, you can't fight it because comic book movies, especially people who love these characters passionately, they want to see stuff, and you can't fight it because at the end of the damn day, much as people like when the set images of Suicide Squad got leaked up when they first showed the pictures of Joker. People overreacted to it. Like, and the thing is, in the damn day, that's gonna happen when people love these characters. For me, like when they show Batman, they show Batman on the set of Suicide Squad on top of the car. I went there and they crazy. I'm like, oh shit, hell yeah, Batman's in it. Like you can't. For me, I feel like if I was a studio, I wouldn't have no problem with it because at the end of the damn day, it is more hype for you. At the end of the damn day, and more hype that means word of mouth. People want to go out there and see it. So I mean that was me for in the studio, but some people they be like, oh man, nah, especially like I mean you can't fight it. In the damn day, it's getting with the times, and these phones are getting smarter. I'm pretty sure my iPhone 7 right now. I'm pretty sure they're gonna start having these screens like full blown movie pictures, movie screens at the end of the day. So I mean, you can't fight it. I mean, if you sit there, oh man, we should just keep it exclusive. And that's what I'm trying to say is like, I agree with that. It should be exclusive. Like those people that pay the hard-earned money to get their ticket, they should have the rights to show something. But instead of just saying, you know what, we're gonna show 5 minutes of the trailer early before the panel starts to the small group of people, that's the only way they can do it. But if you're just doing the big panel where everybody's asking questions, it's gonna be damn near impossible to keep that footage just exclusively to people though. I think that I don't know, man. I just with Suicide Squad when they released it officially on the Facebook page, they had this huge paragraph that was basically like, listen, we really didn't want to get this to you, but at the end of the day, some idiot leaked it, and so many people watched it that we couldn't even contain the leak, and we can't have people making opinions based off this terrible quality footage. And it's like, listen, I feel kind of conflicted. I like the idea that, maybe I've been sleeping outside. Maybe I've been waiting in line for 2 days or whatever. I want to see something exclusive, okay? I want to see something like...
That is true.
I understand that, but at the same time, I feel like there should be maybe just like give the people who are there like a 5-hour lead time or a 24-hour lead time. Give that to them. Make sure it doesn't get out, and then the next day or that Monday, release it. But it's a tricky thing because for people who weren't able to make it, we cannot wait. We are literally sweating, desperately trying to find the leak. We have unemployed people working like squads, spending like their whole goal for that 24 hours is to find the leak. Like I feel like I almost feel like you have to do what Batman vs Superman did. Just release it right after. It sucks. Yeah. But people are going to pirate it.
I mean,
you cannot contain. I mean, you cannot just show. You can't show nothing. You can't show something like that to 7,000 people and be like, "Oh, I hope nobody tries to take it and leak it." Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think that there is a balance to it. If they do it in a way where it's like, okay, after the panels are done, these people are privy to seeing the trailer first. It's like when I went and I did the IMAX feature for Batman vs Superman, I got the exclusive right to see the trailer that before everybody else. But then, maybe a week and a half later, everybody else got to see that trailer, or maybe even less than that. But that didn't deflate from the experience that I had because I was like, man, I got ownership of this because I'm here with a whole group of people. I get to see the movie a week ahead of time. And at the same time, I'm seeing certain clips that other people can't see. I feel like they can, with each one of these different movies, in Hall H specifically, they could take these clips and shorten them or remove certain things out of them and then go ahead and promote it and post it online, but give benefit for the people that are there. Like, okay, well, because y'all have seen this, like, y'all are going to be able to get, like, free passes to see the movie. Or even, like, some kind of incentive, okay, all right, I'm not just going all the way across the country for no good reason, that I'm getting benefit of being able to see it before everybody else. Even though it's going to be released out to everybody else, I'm also getting certain perks from being here and actually seeing the director and getting to see it multiple times in the big screen. I feel like that is something that they could easily do. And, I mean, I think that Warner Brothers did that perfectly. I don't know why they're getting so upset over the Suicide Squad one because, all honesty, that was the best thing they could have done. That trailer. Because some people debate that was a better trailer than Batman vs. Superman. And nobody would have ever known other than the people that went to Comic-Con. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's really tricky because, you know, when you're on the opposite end of someone who couldn't make it to Comic-Con, and you know, you might have to wait, you know, for that Avengers Age of Ultron first trailer. We have to wait like 3 months or some shit before they officially release that.
I mean, the thing is,
that's too much.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I said, for me, I think this is another way to stop piracy from happening. Is like, say, they say before the panel starts, okay, got this type of access to this panel. We show this before the panel starts, and it says that before you go through the door, they take your phone and say, you know what, you cannot record this. You just literally watch it out there and you react what you want to see, and they take that person's phone away. But I feel like, you know, doing that and that fan be like, well, you know, I come here to see this stuff, I want to show it. But I think that's another way to stop piracy from happening too. You take that person's phone, but I mean, I remember because I have a con this year in Atlanta. I know it starts in September, but we have this thing called Atlanta called Dragon Con. And I remember for Beta, I never forget them. Like, they had this thing with a section where you can meet like the actors. I met Slade Wilson, I met Manu Bennett, I met him Destro. I got his autograph. I met Katrina Law. She played. I met Black Canary. I met the girl who played Sarah Lance. I met her. I met the girl who played on Mystery Batwoman. There's a lot of people I truly met. It was real cool and stuff like that. And like, you know, I was saying they was talking about as soon as you get to the door, like they have this thing where they say you meet them at, and they tell them, they say, you know what, you have no phones. You can't they check your bag, and they say you cannot take pictures. You cannot take pictures, and if you do, you know, you get, you know, screwed out the thing. And it was like, I understood it because it was like, yeah, because, you know, you got to pay money for these celebrity autographs. But at the end of the damn day, I understood that. I was like, that's one way they can do it. But it's San Diego Comic-Con, man. People go down there, people will spend their whole check, their whole life savings to go down there to get exclusive content. And like Jor-El said, you can't stop something. People gonna pirate regardless. It's like illegal download music. Right? The government tells you not to legally download music, but people do it every day anyway. So they find a way to do it. It's like PC modding, right? People, it's like GTA and all these gaming communities want to ban people, stop the PC gamers from modding their game. Like at the end of the damn day, that's when people buy high-end PCs so they can mod the game how they want to mod it. Like I was watching it was a YouTuber. He created like he was playing 2K15. And he had Justice League versus the Avengers. And I'm like, yo, this is some cool fast shit here. But it was a PC mod, obviously, because you can't do that. You can't do it in the game. But it's like, pirating is like the PC mod thing. You can't stop it because at the end of the damn day, that's what people want to do. And to me, if people want to be, long as they're abusing the game, long as they're infecting nobody, let them pirate, man. You at the end of the damn day, look, like selling, you said, Jerome said, them releasing the Suicide Squad trailer was the best thing that ever can happen for them. Because why? It gets people talking. And people say, you know what? I want to go see Suicide Squad. They may be on the fence. They may hate they may hate how the Joker look, but they see it in emotion. And be like, you know what? It ain't that bad. Maybe,
man, it's a great trailer. Like, statistically speaking, the Suicide trailer has been doing as good as Batman vs Superman. Not better, but as good. And that is that's incredible, man. I think it's last time I checked, like, Suicide Squad was at, like, 21 or 24 million views, and Batman vs. Superman was at, like, what? It's probably past 30 now.
30 I think.
I didn't know that. Whoa, is that big?
It's that big, bro.
Oh, man.
The Warner Brothers YouTube page, they have, like, the statistics up there. Yeah, it's like right now. Dang, Suicide Squad is actually at 33. No.
Yeah, it's at 33 million views.
And Batman is at 32 though.
Yeah. Right. Suicide Squad is not playing.
They're killing it. They're killing it, man.
I'm telling you, that was their best. The best move they could have made.
Yeah, cause
that's what I said. Like, yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying is that the trailer for Batman vs Superman came out that day. The Suicide Squad came out a couple days later.
But so, here's what they need to do. They need to find a way of not getting any leaks out. They have to find a way to control these damn leaks. But they need to find a way to control that, or to better control it at least, and find a way to be like, listen. We gotta give these fans who were sleeping outside a day or two to seep into benefits, but we're gonna officially release it, the next day or 2 days from now at max. Because if they did that, I could calm down a little bit. I won't have to be like, all right, let me crack my knuckles and see what these pirators can find. Because I'm afraid that I'm not gonna see the trailer either ever. Or 2 weeks from now, or 3 months from now. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, and that's the thing about people is, for me, it's the fact, for somebody who can't afford Comic-Con, for somebody who can afford San Diego Comic-Con, I want to go eat that, or New York Comic-Con, because I know people always, I know Black when he met Kevin Conroy. I'm like, yo, it's like those for me. It's not just for me just going. You get to see these exclusive trailers, this content, but you get to meet people you never really seen that you really get to see, oh wow, this goes on, and for me, cause I love Dragon Con and everything, but it's not big as San Diego Comic Con or New York, whatever so and so, cause where there's all the stuff going on. But for me, for somebody who can't really afford to go to San Diego Comic Con, cause them tickets are expensive, it's real big. For me, that's what I'm trying to say, I have a problem with piracy because a lot of people who are hardcore fans of the comic book genre, whether you love Marvel or DC, at the end of the damn day, it's about basically being a fan. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, fans, sometimes some fans looking for profit, but as long as nobody making a profit off of it and say, you know what, this is for, this is for making money purposes. It just want to leak it, just put it out so fans can see it. But for me, yeah, I watched I was watching it. Of course, it was in bad quality because it was coming on camera phone. But I was watching X-Men Apocalypse trailer. I was watching it, and the fans put it up. I watched it. I was like, it looked pretty good. You know, even the Deadpool trailer. I watched it. Like, you know, I watched it from bad quality.
God! How did we skip over Deadpool? But go ahead. Sorry.
Wait.
Yeah, watching the Deadpool trailer from I watched it from a bad quality perspective, but what I saw, I said, damn, it looked on point. Like, you know, for me, and that's being a hardcore fan of just, you know, when you love comic book movies that much, like I say it all the time. Comic book movies is my favorite genre. Anything superhero movie related, I will see, even if I'm not a fan of it. You know, so at the end of the day, it's pirating. It's like you can't stop it because pirating is gonna be it. It's like legal downloading music. They're going to do it anyway. So you can put all the laws and restrictions in place towards it, but at the end of the damn day, people still bootleg movies to this day. I don't buy bootleg movies because I feel like, you know, Hollywood industry, just like the music industry, need people to buy albums. But I understand, you know, you can't stand an artist, bootleg the album if you think he's whack. So at the end of the day, it all depends on people's perspective on it, you know?
Yeah, but Jor-Els, we didn't bring up Deadpool because we were waiting for CJ to come back to talk about X-Men and everything 20th Century Fox. That's why we didn't bring it up. But I mean, we can talk about Deadpool next, though.
Sure. I was just going to say a little bit of final thoughts. Like, I feel like they need to make this like E3. For sure.
They need to, yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if it's like a paid $20 subscription. I'm paying that $20. Okay.
Yeah, I pay it too.
Hell? Shit, like that don't mean nothing to me. Well, there's the thing, you know, like if I can watch it from home, why be there?
Yeah.
Everyone can't be there.
Well, I mean,
so why not have some, at least live stream the panels, for God's sakes, and you know, and just like do some weird blackout thing when the exclusive footage is going on, and then bring the feed back on. You know, why can't they do something like that? I don't understand what's so hard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think, because I think, and that's what I try to say with studios when you do it. I mean, at the end of the damn day, it's about, you know, it's like being a hardcore fan. And more hardcore fans, they would go to teeth and length to get that quality footage. I mean, you can't stop it, like I said before. If these smartphones, because I have Skype on my thing, I could do a whole bunch of things with my smartphone. But like, you know, like, hey, look, you tell me let me be in the pound on that so I can record it. I put it up on my channel like everything. I mean, I won't put it up for, you know, for making money use, but I put it up and say, yo, like, this is the footage from it. And like, I mean, at the end of the day, that's why I say, you know, I don't understand people just make it like E3, man. Like, you know, I mean, of course they have to do probably pay subscription wise, but make it like E3. And like Jor-Els said, it's some exclusive content, just black it all out and then go back to the panel again. I'm like, there's ways you can do it. I feel like they still want to keep it exclusive. And it's like, you know, exclusive. I think exclusive to 2015. I'll say by 2016. By 2016, they really didn't catch up with the times and say, you know what, Warner Brothers, Fox, and Marvel, they're gonna be like, you know what, we finally give into this stuff. We're gonna stream the panel.
Quick question.
Content going on, we block it out.
Yeah. Quick question. Did anyone catch Star Wars Celebration, like that whole weekend thing?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so how did they handle the drop of the trailer? Do you know? Did they just? You know what I mean?
They just kind of like showed it. I mean, I saw the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when it was going through, like I was looking at the panel. And they just streamed everything. Like they were like going through, and then eventually the fans were going crazy, and then they just showed the trailer, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!" And then like after that point, then it kind of like dropped off, and then they asked to play it again, so they played it again. So they just live streamed the whole entire thing. There was no cut or anything. But I mean, I was thinking like you, Jor-Els, what they could have done is they could have had it where like take Deadpool. They could have been like, okay, everybody can have the active cameras when the panel actually starts, but when we actually show the exclusive trailer, you will be penalized, and you might get a mark for putting your camera out if we catch you with your mark. But because what we're going to be doing, and they could have just said this, that we're going to be releasing an unofficial version of this trailer for the fans, but we want to give y'all the exclusive rights of being here exclusively so nobody else can see it. But there is going to be a trailer that's going to be released within about a week or 2 days, you know what I'm saying? And then they just black that point out, and then anybody that has a camera, they get penalized for that. But then they be like, okay, now you can bring your cameras back out because you've got the fans here, and like if you want to see your perfect fans or take pictures, then now you can do it. I mean, I feel like they could easily do that because when I went to the panel, well, not the panel, but when I went to the Batman vs Superman early trailer at IMAX screen, that's what they told us. They were like, look, while we going and showing this, like, don't have your camera out. Like, you are getting exclusives for being here, you know? And we've got people that are having, like, the IR sensors that can be able to tell when there actually is a camera going on. If we have it there, you will not get your ticket. You will not get your early week pass or whatever. And they're going to be releasing the trailer out later. And even Zack Snyder came up on record like, look, please keep our, you know, trailer under wraps or whatever. Of course, there's still some people that recorded it either way. But they had incentive not to do it because they felt as though they're being privy to having this. And at the same exact time, like, there's going to be a trailer going to release anyway. So what's the point of, other than having the glorification of being able to say you had it first? But,
no, you know what they should. I just thought about something. You know what would be really brilliant is that with all the special footage that's brought, they release it immediately online, right? I'm not sure how they would do this with YouTube, but if they could find a way to release it immediately to the world, like right after the people at Comic-Con saw it, but when they upload it, like, for a certain amount of time, you could only watch it in like 240p, or like with the that one Ant-Man teaser. Everybody was like, "Oh shit, there's a teaser! A teaser of the trailer. Let's take a look at it." And when they went to the video, like the screen was like, you know what I'm saying? Like do something like that, and then like after a couple days, all of a sudden people come back to the same official link, and now it's in 1080p. You know. And normal. You know, if they could do something like that, that would be really cool too. Because they still got the views, you know, they still got the views, but they kind of cheated a little bit.
Oh snap! I just realized, yo, we're about to hit not only 2 hours, we're almost about to hit the 3-hour mark.
What?
Yeah. So.
Holy crap!
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, it might be just 2 hours. But all right. So what we need to do is, I guess we're gonna talk about Deadpool. And then we'll close out. And if CJ comes back, then cool. But so do you want to go ahead and open up about Deadpool? I'm gonna put my chicken nuggets in the oven.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. I'll be right back when this.
Yeah. Deadpool.
All right, then,
I did you see the Deadpool Comic-Con trailer? Or I think you did say that you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't see it. Like, I didn't see it in the best quality. I saw it from like somebody else's camera, but from what I saw, yeah, it looked real interesting.
I thought I thought the footage was I thought it was pretty great, actually. I thought it was pretty fantastic. I mean, I don't even know if it could have been better. I mean, it's a rated R Deadpool. That's actually happening. Yeah. It's a big budget film. Ryan Reynolds.
Finally looking into fans.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is basically tailor-made to play Deadpool.
They just hope you don't mess it up.
I don't think they will. I thought I was cracking up. I love the whole vibe with like the DMX song playing and well, I can't remember the other band I was playing. It's like Salt and Pepper or something, but just I thought it was incredible. Incredible. I can't believe that's actually happening.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, my thing, my thoughts on it was when I saw the trailer. I'm not, and this is coming from the guy who's not. I'm not a big Deadpool fan. I think he's highly overrated because I think he's overhyped. But going back, going back to what I trailer for what I said earlier. But I think what I love about that trailer was it's like pure Deadpool, straight coming off the comic. And like he's a witty guy, cracking the jokes. Like I love that joke when he was talking about like please don't make me green in CGI. I said, oh man, he took his shots at Green Lantern. I'm like, oh man. I said, seriously. I was like, oh man, it's crazy. I got to give it credit to me. I think to me a Deadpool trailer to me, I'm hyped for that Deadpool movie. I really think, cause I think that if it does well rated R, Suicide Squad gonna be rated R. Cause like I think with Deadpool, the reason why I say I'm hyped for Deadpool and I love the trailer is that I think I want to see a rated R movie. I want to see some rated R superhero movies. I know it worked in the past, but if Deadpool knocks out the park, oh, you're gonna see a lot more. I hope you probably get a Punisher. You
But
probably
Blade,
get Suicide Squad rated R. Yeah, Blade worked out. Yeah, Blade
it was
worked
rated
out.
R, and I think Spawn was rated R. Spawn was kind
Yeah,
of
but
hit or miss, but
yeah, but those,
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people bring those up, but like those movies, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like I don't think that those movies are considered, you know, well, I mean, they're not considered part of like Phase One or like
no,
Phase,
they
you know
were
what I
like
mean? Like
they were
they
kind of
don't,
like the pioneers, kind of like they were like the starts and tweaks of like characters. But
yeah, yeah,
if nobody knew that, like a lot of people didn't know that Blade was a Marvel character. I think when Blade came out, when I was
Yeah.
younger, I didn't know. I was just like,
yeah.
this dude
Me
is
either.
cool.
I thought
This
it.
dude killing
Yeah.
vampires. It's my dog. Got the best
I
fit.
I do think that the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like the current phases, I think that the future phases should embrace some rated R
Rated R.
films. That would be kind of
I want to
cool.
see
I
a
think,
Punisher film. I want to see a
Especially how
Punisher
they've
film
got
personally.
like the Daredevil series on Netflix.
Oh
oh
It
yeah,
yeah.
might as well
Yeah.
be rated R. Like it
yeah,
is no
Yeah.
whole freaking bar. And if they bring
I
Blade to
think,
Netflix,
yeah,
or if they make Punisher for Netflix,
yeah. What? Hey,
People want to see.
you know that Punisher's gonna be in season 2 of Daredevil.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Shane,
Yeah.
my
And I
man,
be
is
trying to
gonna
say
be
that.
Punisher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
I try to tell you people, bro. I try, and that's what I'm trying to. I'm so hyped for Deadpool, cause not just the movie itself, but what it can do to superhero movies. Cause I want to see another Punisher movie. I know the first two films didn't do what it was supposed to do, but I just think to me, I want to see more rated R characters. I want to see the MCU and other companies take their chance, step out on faith, because like I said, the rated R movies. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all, I understand Marvel's a kid for the kid. They cater to the kids, and that's where the money is at. But you got people, adults who read comics who want adult material. Like that's what I'm trying to say when Punisher got cast for season 2 of Daredevil. I was so hyped, yo. I love Frank Castle, bro. Like he's one of my favorite anti-heroes besides Jason Todd. And it's like I love Punisher because like he's so R-rated and he just like no holds bar. Like Daredevil, like I said that if they ever try, because they said that the show's connected to the MCU, it's just that it's different because it's more grounded and realistic. But if they ever decide to make a Daredevil movie around based in a universe, they gotta make. I hope they base it off the show because like yo, that Daredevil to me, bruh, I love that show with a passion. And like Deadpool, I hope Deadpool does so well because I think a lot of studios want to step out on faith because there's a lot of adult people. I mean, of course, when you make something rated R, I mean, it alienates the kids. But I mean, there is adult comics, adult material that people want to see. Like, I want to see Punisher just literally smoke a gang of drug dealers and just get like he just don't give two fucks about it. Like he just walk into the room and just like guns blazing. Like it's like,
yeah.
hey, bro, that's what I'm trying to say.
I
When the
mean,
dude when they casted, yeah, go ahead.
no, oh, good.
No, I was just gonna say that I do think there's I think the groundwork for possible radar Marvel films should be strongly considered, and with DC as well.
They
However,
should, yeah.
I think people need to. I think we're far off from that. I think we're real far off, and I also think
I think for me, yeah.
people who are like,
Mhm.
"Oh man, the first standalone Batman movie, rated R," Suicide Squad, rated R. I highly doubt it.
Yeah. I
Yeah, it
mean,
is
like
true.
one of the things I was telling Jor-Els when we first started this is that how much language was in Ant-Man. Even though Ant-Man was pretty awesome, they used a lot of language. You know what I'm saying? Like
Did
it
they?
wasn't like gory or anything like that. But yeah, I mean,
Did they?
T.I. was like, "Oh, you a P," you know what I'm saying? Like, or
Yeah.
like he was going like, "Man, F yourself," or whatever. I think it's only like 1 or 2 F-bombs you can drop before it actually considered a rated R movie. But I'm saying that even with Guardians of the Galaxy, some of the innuendos and the different stuff that comes in between the dialogue, there is a lot of adult themed things that are said. And I mean, they're getting to that point that it's just going to be natural that people are taking their kids to see these movies. And not that, like, our society is bad for this, but technically, they don't give a flip what their kids see, you know? And, I mean, back when I was growing up, I couldn't see a mother flipping thing, let alone a rated R movie. Like, we get carded, we get kicked out, and we get a beating later. But, I mean, now it's like kids they have full accessibility of seeing whatever they want. I think that with Marvel, though, they try to cater to the child demographic as much as possible. I think DC doesn't care. I think DC, I could see them making Suicide Squad rated R before I could see them, like, on the Marvel side making something else rated R. But because, like, Marvel now has, like, their grips in the Netflix race, like, it's possible they might come out with some stuff later on, but I think it's going to take some time before that can kind of build up to that point. But for sure, like, I think that they want to make sure that people know that comic books are for kids, that they want to make sure that kids are the next generation. If kids are not getting connected to this universe, or they're like, it's too adult and we're the old heads, it's just the only people, like, eventually we're going to be gone. And it's going to be the kids that are like, I got a bad taste in my mouth because I don't care about what my dad or my older brother thinks. I care about this character. I care about this. And, I mean, when I was growing up, I didn't have anything to watch. And now I'm getting all the things that I've always wanted to see brought onto film. You know what I'm saying? But before, whoa, somebody breaking in my house. Hold up, my nigga. Just give me 1 second. Yo, who that?
But no, I think it's an interesting thing to look into. But I'm telling you, man. I think for the most part, going forward, we're gonna see.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna send it out. I'm sorry, y'all.
I can no, I can totally see. Yeah. I was just gonna say, I can see Kevin Feige just being like straight up, like, no. Like, when it comes to our cinematic phases, PG-13, that's it. I can totally see that.
You know, I think, but you know, the reason why I said before we end this conversation, the reason why I try to say I want to see Marvel get more mature is that I understand kids is your moneymaker. That's where you make the billions at.
Yeah.
True, but there's adults who read comics, and I think that, like I said, Marvel. I think Daredevil Netflix series was perfect gritty. Like, that's a gritty list. Like, there's some, like, of course, I mean, I have a friend of mine. Have a friend of mine. He has a son, and his son's a big fan of Daredevil, but he don't want to show the kid that stuff because it deals with drug, traffic. You can't show it, and the little kid wants to see it, and he's like, I want you to show this because it's too grounded and too realistic. It's like people getting their head bashed in with a car door, and then blood everywhere. Like, it's drug trafficking and all that stuff, and it's so real. And I think the reason why I try to say this is, like, love as much as I love the MCU, I want to see them. Like, you don't have to go full blown DC dark where it's just everything, no jokes and none of that stuff. But like have characters like the Punisher, Blade. Of course they got Iron Fist coming on a series, Luke Cage for Netflix. Like, they going that route, but I'm saying is, like, since it's all connected to the MCU, it's like, people want to see what your characters. Like, I'm not a big fan of Luke Cage, but having characters that's like that adults can relate to. Because before, it's not just kids who read comics, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's got to appeal to kids. But there's adults who read comics. Like, I read a comic. I read this one comic of, like, The Man Without Fear, which is the show based, which is about Frank Miller, and it talked about all kinds of stuff. Dad being a boxer and all this stuff like that, and it was some dark stuff. And it showed him how he was kind of Sticks was training him, and it's like, I gotta admit, that was, to me, like, I love stuff like that because I feel like sometimes. What studios fail to realize, and I feel like I was running the studio, and I was like a kid before I was like, look, I understand that, the Avengers and Ant-Man, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, that's our money maker, Doctor Strange, we want to go for the PG-13. That's cool and all, but there's people who want to see this stuff. It's like, I give it, what, 10 years. It's gonna be a very long time before Marvel says cross that line. But I think because Marvel's at that point right now, they can just do anything and get away. Well, they can do anything, and they send their sell at it. I would love them to see they first out make it like Daredevil movie, just make it strictly R-rated, and just go full blown based off a TV show. Do like I do origin, no origin, because I'm pretty sure they did his origin in the first season, and base it off like go off to season 2. And they said, you know what, we're going to re-announce a Daredevil movie, and it's gonna be based off the show. And then season 3, like in the movie, show them already somewhat established, and just like have them have Kingpin kind of like be the villain. And it's like, yeah, you set it up. There's ways you can see like that. I'm trying to say with the death. Well, I don't because I don't drag it out too long, but have like there's so many things they really can do to ground their universe. But I think it's gonna be kind of hard to do because Marvel is so ingrained with Disney backing them up financially. So of course telling Disney, yo, let's do an R-rated film with a Punisher, a guy who wears a skull and one of my killing drug dealers, and he just took guns. Like, yeah, I mean it's gonna be hard to sell, but if I was Kevin Feige, I would be open to the idea because I want to see anti-heroes. Like that's why I love, and to be strictly honest, I love anti-heroes because they are the best heroes to write or read from a comic and see because they cross the line between good and bad. Memphis may be they think it's good, but it's really bad because there's other ways to deal with it. There's other ways to deal with it. But that's how I feel about it. I think, for me, I would love to see it, but I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Marvel, and they would never do it.
Yeah.
I agree with that, yeah.
If they, I mean, my final thoughts are, even if they tried, they would have to make like a whole...
The universe.
Like brand, I don't know. They have to make some kind of other phases that coexisted with the main phases that they've been going through cinematically in order to make radar films. Because I don't think you can just be like, all right, phase 5, we're introducing radar movies. Like, I don't know. That's a huge jump. Because then we're talking about possible nudity, maybe gore or blood, or because I mean they're doing pretty damn good job with going dark, just being PG-13.
Yeah, it's really, at least. And even with Deadpool, like I mean, it looks like there's sex scenes going on. There's like a lot of gore going on. And I mean, they should go.
Is sex scenes in Deadpool? Is sex scenes?
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I didn't know who they are. Woo.
I think thoughts. If they do Deadpool justice, they do it right. And we need to actually tie this up because it's actually getting really late. I think if they do it right and they start allowing like more Deadpool movies, they could add like characters like Cable. I think Ryan Reynolds has said that he wanted to have like Deadpool within like the X-Force or like a different branch of like the X-Men.
What about Domino?
Stuff like that.
I'm sorry.
Even if it was Domino or even if it was like Cable or other characters, what I'm bringing up is that you were talking about a division separate, that they could go into a rated R role. I think that I don't know if Marvel Cinematic Universe could do that, but I think if 20th Century Fox pulls this off the right way, that they could use these X-Men characters, they could use these other characters and bring them in under certain contractual agreements and have them in more adult rated R films, like down the line. Like I said, I could see in 5 years from now, like that's something that could happen. But I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we gotta tie this up.
Like we gotta be over the 2 hour mark.
Yeah, we are. What we can do later on is I had mentioned this in the chat. Like we could go into like a DC Marvel open discussion. I guess talking about the concepts of like the movies, the TV universe, how that fits in with us as old heads versus like the young generation of everybody watching now. And we could kind of go into that because there's so many different parallels and different ways that could go. Because from our perspective, like we are fans and we are reviewers, and versus like a young child, how are they looking at us, and how are they looking at the screen of what they want, And I think that'd be something that we could go into an open discussion to give out different examples of what we've seen, and then what's supposed to be coming ahead for both of the universes. So maybe that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll tie it off. This is JVS. Jor-Els, you want to like reintroduce your channel one more time, and then Chris, you chop it off, and then we'll end it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm Jor-Els Alexandria. That's my YouTube name. Do reaction videos, reviews, mostly movie-related content. There's some music stuff related as well that I comment on, but mostly movie commentary. Promote my own art on there, and it gets wild. So you should subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Do it.
He does get really wild. I'll vouch for him. I've seen some crazy stuff on his channel, man. He's also got an amazing movie that he's developed himself, and he's working on another movie as well. And I'm definitely a supporter of Jor-Els. Like, he's doing some amazing stuff for sure. Check out his movie if you can.
Yeah. Well, for me, everybody knows. Well, my former YouTube name used to be Chris Littleton, which is my government name. My new my YouTube name is the K Crusader. Of course, my love for Batman. So, Batman shirt here. Yeah, the K Crusader. That's my new YouTube username. I got a podcast called The Comic Crusader. Was on there today. Had a ball with him. You know, it's good. It's always good having a discussion with you guys, coming here and everything. And you know, I'm dipping and dabbing into little things. I want to start doing movie reviews. I want to do some trailer reactions. So yeah, my channel's growing a little bit, and check me out. Subscribe to my channel. You guys should see more of me. You know, on sale. You know, on JVS. You know, live discussion things. So this your boy, the K Crusader. I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
We had me and Chris. We had like actual open discussion about this ahead of time, and so it's really interesting.
Yeah.
It kind of came right back. So yeah. I'm gonna put in the description bar below, like for anybody that wants to be able to check out both of these guys' channels. They're really awesome. We got a lot of great things that coming up. I'm gonna try to tell both of y'all, man. Y'all should try to come out to New York Comic Con. If y'all can't make it to San Diego, like try to make it up to New York.
Shit. Well, when's the New York one?
October. Hold on, I'm burning something. Hold on.
Is it October?
Yeah, apparently.
Hey, Jor-El, man. I think we're gonna have to do that, man. For real, man. Me, you, Spells, and Blackwood. We can look up. We can link up and bond, man. Cause I want to bond with. I really want to meet you guys in person, man. Cause you guys real cool, man.
It's in October. I'm gonna be going up, and I'm gonna be collaborating with Blackwing, because Blackwing lives in New York, and we're trying to see if we can maybe get some different passes for different days.
Let me know you get some passes.
I'll let you know. I'll let y'all know.
Yeah. It might be a little bit too soon for me, but I mean, you never know. It all depends. But either way, we all got to meet up at some kind of convention or something. That would be so sick.
Dude, what if we actually could open up a panel?
Yeah.
Of YouTubers.
Hey, I know we gotta cut this off like stat, but like when I saw Jeremy Johns and Chris Stuckman and John Campia, I think someone else, they did a panel at Comic-Con. I was like, whoa, like that just blew my mind apart. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Like, anything's possible.
For real, these are just simple YouTubers, yeah. So.
Yeah, man. But good night, YouTube.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah. Peace out, everybody.
All right. It's good talking to you guys.
Yeah, for
sure. Be safe. Be safe in the streets.
Yeah, you got to. Man. I'm gonna take us off broadcast. It's JVS. Okay. We out, everybody. Thanks everybody for watching. Right. Definitely check out these guys' channels. Later.
Yeah.